Saturday, it's the Call of Duty League, and of course you can see the beaches, people. We're here in Los Angeles, live for the LA home series. We're back once again. What a beautiful weekend it's gonna be here in California. Now, we've got our home series teams, of course. We've got the LA Guerrillas arriving. These guys have a lot to bring it to today with their home series and their fans coming. But they're sharing the stage with another home team, of course. It's OpTic Gaming. OGLA have maybe even more to prove than the LA Guerrillas coming into today as well. OpTic Gaming have a lot on their plate, but what an incredible roster they're going to be bringing their way. There you can see Dashy's walking in, Kenny. Tons and tons of familiar faces with extraordinary talent. Hello everyone, welcome to the Call of Duty League. My name is Lottie Van Prague, and we're going to be bringing you some surreal action all day long, as we always do here at the CDL weekends. But I'm sharing this wonderful desk yet again with two absolutely fantastic gentlemen. I've got, first of all, Nameless, who've obviously been a pro player back in the day, doing absolutely everything on that main stage, and now you're an extraordinary analyst, bringing us all of the best action and analyzing everything that we see here today.
Well, thank you. That was some premium gas, and now I'm feeling absolutely amazing today. I can't wait to start analyzing these games.
Just remember, that pro career got you right here.
Yeah, it did.
On the desk next to Rich Campbell.
There we go. And of course, who can forget Rich Campbell? You always bring the best fashion that we've seen around. Some quite in.
Why are you lying
fashion.
to his face right now? You're just lying straight.
Because I've got to give him some kind of gas today. I've got to do it. I've been told by the higher ups that I've got to be nice to Rich. Someone's got to do it.
Wait, did somebody actually tell you had to be nice to me backstage?
Let's pull up these brackets, all right? Let's check these out.
You know who we need to be nice to? The two LA teams, because they've been having a tough go of it so far, not being able to accumulate too many points, and now going up against each other, finally we're going to see one of these teams manage to grab a big win.
We are indeed. We've seen some pretty incredible action so far today. I just want to quickly talk about, some of the new faces that we're seeing on some of these players. Like, I want to talk about Surge right now. How did you think Panda was playing with Surge against Røkkr?
I thought he was fine, right? Like he blended in, he did his thing. Obviously wasn't enough. Røkkr is a team that I expect to make it to a final. Like, they're one of those teams with the question mark by them. Like, can they get to a final and win it? I think that's what everybody's waiting for. And it's just a tough first match to have.
It's it's a tough first match to have because there's so much actually going on where everybody's going to be like, okay, how's Pander doing? Let's actually see how Pander's going to do. And they're going up against a squad that I think we expect to see more and more wins from. It was a difficult matchup. I think they looked a lot better. I feel like they actually looked like a team that can potentially pull down wins. I'm excited that they made the change. And honestly, you got to thank their coach for maybe making that decision. I know we actually have a look at his face. I think it's important that we put a little bit more of a spotlight on the coaches. If you guys can, in the back, show us that picture of the beautiful Joey Nubsy. When I was researching, I really wanted to make sure that people could get acclimated to that five-headed genius who was able to actually come up with some of those ideas.
Absolutely. We will talk about coaches a little bit later on. They're not going to bring up the pictures, but we need to talk about CDL Points because right now, we've been discussing amongst ourselves coming into this weekend, but CDL Points is where it's at right now. It's a very dangerous situation to be in. We're a quarter of the way through the season, I believe, Nameless, you told me earlier on, and a lot is lying on some of these bottom teams right now in the CDL board. Talk to me about what these guys have to do to try and even just secure their future here.
Yeah, after this weekend is said and done, everybody will have had the same amount of tries to get these points. And, you look towards the bottom, you see Subliners, Surge, Ultra, OpTic Gaming, Guerrillas. Like, these guys need to start getting points because it's going to get very tough later on in the season to play catch up and try to get top 4. That's where you want to be. You want to be top 4 so you qualify for playoffs. And they're falling behind very fast. They need to pick it up here, right now.
I think what Nameless said that's so important is just we're finally at the place where all of the things that happen with the schedule, teams are going to have breaks. Everybody has finally hit that stride where we have enough data basically on these teams. So it's coming down to the wire with these points. Some of these squads that are starting to look decent now that haven't accumulated enough points, they are really in dire straits here and they need to start picking it up.
They do indeed, and we'll find out if there's some more points are going on the board a little bit later. But let's talk about whether or not some of these players are going to be seeing a few points on their team. Let's look at the schedule we've got for your Saturday. We've got an epic day already here on Saturday in LA, and we've seen some matches already. But we do have the Game Fuel Marquee match coming up, LA Guerrillas versus OpTic Gaming. It's the battle of the home teams here right now. And of course, we have touched upon OpTic Gaming and how they're doing and whether or not they're actually going to show up. Is this the time? Is this the place for them to really kind of give us what they've got? Because we've really seen nothing from them.
This is do or die for these guys. For some of these players on this team, it's career changing, right? Like you have TJ and JCap, who are both bottom 3 in overall KD of all players in the entire CDL. And like right now, if OpTic doesn't turn up and gain some traction here, one, they would get no points, which would be horrible for them as a whole. And they're going to definitely make a change if they don't win any matches here. So like they have to turn up, and honestly, they have to get like top 3 here to not make a change.
I think it's actually maybe even, they might need to even potentially like win an event. I don't feel like it's do or die. I almost feel like the roster already died.
They don't have to win. If they get like top 3, like, and they get one big win here, they can get that confidence and maybe work on it, because making a change is extremely tough, especially when you're dealing with players of the caliber on OpTic Gaming, right? Like it's not easy to make that decision to, you know, bench a JCap or trade a Slash or something like that. So I think if they get top 3 here, they're fine going forward, but they have to turn up here and in this match in particular.
They do. And I've heard a lot of people say that really it's this first match for them mentally, like you said, you know, they have to win this first one. For a lot of people, they're a mental team right now. It's going to start to really get to them. The fact they have nothing on the board, they really need a first win here to try and carry them through this weekend. Now, we do need to talk about this Game Fuel Marquee match right now, but let's just touch upon LA Guerrillas and what's been going on in this squad, because they've picked up 2 new players, they benched 2 of their players. But let's talk about the demise of Aches really in this roster. What happened to Aches? What happened to Saints? What's going on?
I believe they have 3 new, right? Because Blast is coming in as well. So like Aches, Saints, and Lacefield all sitting out here in Los Angeles. And you know, Aches was sitting at a 0.65 overall KD. It was just absolutely abysmal. He's the worst in the CDL, so he had to be sat. And then you look at players like Saints and Lace, those players who can go off and take over games at times. So there's some big shoes to fill in terms of go-off potential, but they're picking up these amateur players who have done well in the Challengers bracket, who actually Spart won Atlanta on the Atlanta Academy team. He won that Challenger tournament. So the path to pro works, and we're going to see these guys can go off on the main stage.
But it's also just such it's a different beast than their opponents, because we really don't know what we're going to see out of this squad. It's mostly rumors at this point. We're essentially looking at an entirely new team, which is somewhat of the theme that we're going to have for this entire weekend. Already, we know that half of the teams here have made tweaks to their roster, and time again, we're just trying to figure out what these squads are going to be able to do. I actually do want to ask Nameless really quick, though, because we were talking about that LA roster. Do you think the longer you wait to make a change, the harder it actually is to try to make a change?
I mean, if your team is clearly broken, like how the Guerrillas were, and they obviously don't have as much talent as a team like OpTic Gaming. So like OpTic Gaming can wait it out because they have that talent, and if it comes together, they'll be fine. But like Guerrillas, they weren't working together as a team, and they don't have that talent. So like you have to make a change early on just so you can start getting some points, right? So these guys coming in, like they're hyped, they're excited to play here on that main stage. You have Spart, who's coming off a big win, who's extremely confident and great. He's going to come in here, he's going to be fine, right? It's just whether or not they have that teamwork.
Absolutely. Well, I can't even keep up with the roster changes. There's so many. But obviously, LA Guerrillas, like you said, pretty much a brand new sheet for them. This is a brand new team, and it's whether or not this team can come through. They're kind of a far behind, if you think about it. Coming in fresh with a brand new team, hasn't played together on LAN yet either. That's kind of difficult stuff, so I'm excited to see how they do and what their debut is going to look like. But let's talk about the other team, because I've got to say, how can Dashy regain that superstar from to turn LA fortunes around? I'm really excited to see what this young man can do, because Bruce up on the stage today, you need to be sure to check out the full interview Monday afternoon. And Dashy has been chatting to us as well about how he's feeling about being in the CDL league, because he certainly doesn't hold back anything when he's up on that stage. But we do want to know how he's been feeling, why he hasn't been performing. So check this out.
My name is Brandon Otel, better known as Dashy in the Call of Duty community, and I play for OpTic Gaming Los Angeles. I was born in Ottawa, Ontario. My childhood was pretty average, I guess you could say. I had a lot of fun. Nothing too crazy. I mean, I went to school, played hockey, and tried to enjoy myself. I didn't really do anything too crazy. 2018, 2019, that's when I joined OpTic. So waking up Sunday at CDL Vegas, it was a day I'll never forget. I just had this feeling that I just knew we weren't going to lose.
I can't believe what we're witnessing! Are you serious right now?
This is like a Cinderella story. I'm winning my first ever event, but in the craziest way.
An unbelievable comeback!
All those comebacks made the championship way sweeter. Yeah, it was different playing for the Green Wall, just because My whole career, I've just been on below the pack teams, so we weren't on main stage. We didn't have a lot of fans. So then when first ever event, you're on main stage, championship Sunday, and a grand final, you have everybody in the crowd cheering for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, OpTic Gaming!
After Vegas, I definitely still wanted to keep winning and just solidify like, yo, like, but that wasn't just a one event thing. We were here to like dominate. I didn't feel any extra pressure, but I definitely was more motivated after winning, you know, getting better and stuff like that. Unfortunately, it just didn't pan out like that. Me and TJ just wanted to stick together. Obviously, in the offseason, we were like, yo, we got to play with each other. We're both really good. And then that's when we just hit up Slasher and Kenny. We're like, yo, because they were a duo too. So we're like, you know what, let's just do us four. And then we were just looking for a fifth. We're like, you know what, we just kind of need someone that understands the game. So that's when we decided to pick up JCap. The first time we played online with each other was at Minnesota, and we did not have a good showing at all.
We all expect them to get better. We all expect them to improve.
They gotta get the ball rolling.
We're not grinding as hard as we could have been. We put in way more time, so I'm really excited for these next tournaments for sure. We're just more focused on winning, and I'm really excited for this whole season just because I know that I'm really good at this game and I could still do what I've been doing these past couple of years.
Big picture, how does Dashy want to be remembered?
Here we go, Dashy! He's ripping him! Baby, that was two nasty ones back to back.
Oh my goodness, he's hitting absolutely everything. Oh, Dashy!
I just want Dashy to be remembered as someone that enjoyed what he does. I love video games and a hard worker. And yeah, I just want to be remembered as probably at least top 3 COD player of all time. We'll say that.
He's got some high hopes still for himself right now, but Dashy, we need to see you get on that stage and show us what you've got, because we haven't seen really anything from this OpTic Gaming team at all. I cannot comment on their gameplay really, because I don't feel like I've actually seen a true side to them.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, in terms of Dashy individually, he's been fantastic. Like, you can't take anything away from this guy's talent. He's still a superstar. It's just OpTic Gaming has not put it together yet, and that's a role issue between him and Slasher that they're going to have to figure out. And then other players on the team individually not performing.
Yeah, I think that was the first thing that I thought of, right? You go to that role issue, you just have 2 players on the team that don't seem to be gelling together, especially just based off of what they want to do on the map. How do you fix that? It doesn't matter how good both of the players are. If they're not able to accomplish their goal on the map together, you're not going to be able to get anything.
I mean, at some point, you know, you gotta want to see Dashy run an MP5, right? Like, Slasher has won world championships with an AR, multiple championships, and Dashy is one of the most, if not the most talented player we have, or on par with the most talented players we have in the CDL. There's no reason he shouldn't be able to pull out an MP5 and go off. We got to see that happen.
Something has to change. That is for sure. Something right now in this team has to change.
I just can't imagine that what Nameless just said isn't something that is causing constant arguments on that team too. Obviously, we can talk about what we've seen, but when you also start to talk about what the mental is going to be on a squad like that, there is no way that that's not an argument every single day.
Yeah, because you know in the back of their heads, they're like, man, Slasher wants to run a main AR, and they're looking around like, we need this guy with an MP5. You've seen what players like Abizi and Simp are doing on the map, just absolutely terrorizing them with MP5s. Like, we have a guy that possesses that talent.
Yeah.
Let's use it. So maybe we'll see that change at some point. But right now, I'm excited to see these guys go up on that main stage.
Do you know what? I'm actually really excited to hear from you, Nameless, because we're going to go straight to the game fuel keys to victory. Let's start with OpTic Gaming. Let's talk about them. What do these guys actually really have to do?
I mean, we've been saying it over and over. TJ and JCap need to step it up, right? Like, this is a team that has a ton of talent. They can be slay heavy, but as it stands right now, they're one of the bottom 2 teams in overall KD in the entire CDL. Who would have thought that you would be saying that about OpTic Gaming LA just looking at their team on paper? You got TJ, who's sitting at 60 out of 61 in the CDL, and you got JCap sitting at 59. So both those guys need to step it up, and they need to start slaying. It starts there.
They do indeed. And what do the LA Guerrillas have to start doing? What are their game fuel keys to victory?
Yeah, so this is a brand new team, right? Like, 3 out of the 5 players are brand new to this squad, so they're coming in. They need to give that good first impression. You have 2 players who haven't been playing in the Pro League ever. You have Blast, who has minimal Pro League experience, and this is going to be their first big stage match up against a big name team. So that first impression is everything. They need to come out and start strong and get that confidence.
It's basically their debut right now, to be honest. If you're looking at the ratio of who's new in this team, like you said, Rich, before, it's basically a brand new team up on that stage. Do you think with the likes of OpTic Gaming, OGLA up there, and the fact that they've had the experience on LAN, haven't done so well, but do you think that they have that against them?
I would have to assume that this is going to be a win for them. I really would hope that with the extra practice that they've had, that a team coming out just sporting an entirely new roster should be on the back foot. If they're not, wow, yeah, it's done and dusted. In my opinion, that's when you need to start making a big change on the side of OG.
We're going to have a look right now at these two teams in comparison. Let's look at the quick scope presented by US Air Force. These two teams up on this stage is the battle of the home ground. Where are the fans going to be cheering?
It's the battle of the burgers, if you ask me. Look at those stats, man. They're not looking too good. You got OpTic Gaming, man. They're under 50%, I think, in all 3 game modes. Like, they haven't even won a domination yet. So, like, there's been no signs of life from these guys whatsoever. Like, it's just pitiful to see that. And, you know, going up against the Guerrillas, they have to turn it on. They have to.
Yeah, I think right now the only accolade that really OpTic Gaming has been able to run for is if they're the worst team in the league. If they're not able to win this, that's not even a question in my mind. I would say that they definitely are. But if they are able to come out looking strong here, maybe they can start picking up some momentum.
Yep.
Now you can see we've got the US Air Force maps and modes on your screen right now. This is how the series is going to play out if we do get to a Game 5. But coming up first, we've got Hackney Yard Hardpoint. What are we thinking, gents, in this first game? Are we seeing this going to OpTic Gaming, or are you just not really too sure how these two teams are going to feed?
I mean, you don't know what to expect on the side of the Guerrillas, so I'm just going to go with OpTic Gaming LA just because I know their backs against the wall, and typically when you've seen players like Kenny, Slasher, Dashy, TJ, JCap with their backs against the wall, they've been absolutely fantastic. So, like, it's do or die for them, and I'm going to go with them in this series.
Yeah, I mean, if I have to make a prediction, I'm going to go with LA on this one.
Okay, that's a good prediction because you can't really lose. They're both LA. They're both LA. But you know what? We're going to be back. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. We do have the battle of the home stands right now. We got LA taking on LA, OG LA versus the LA Guerrillas. We'll see you guys very, very shortly. Plenty of action coming your way.
Los Angeles. This is a city of rivalries. The sun-kissed sea versus the stone and the smoke. Glamour versus grit. Those entranced by the bright lights and silver screens. And those enthralled by the neon glow of the night. A connective thread, forever pulsing in conflict.
And suddenly the sweep comes in from OpTic. Are you kidding me?
This is the West Coast, the best coast. The true, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
Absolutely flawless.
A city built by dreamers, for dreamers, fueled by ambition. Where stars aren't just born, they live forever. Because LA isn't a city, it is the city.
No, we don't come to play, no.
Where you shine in the light and the dark.
No, we don't come to play, no.
And now, both teams stand ready for that lights, camera, action. Because this is Los Angeles. This is week 4 of the Call of Duty League.
What's going on, everybody? Golden Boy here, live from the Shrine in Los Angeles. LA, how you doing today? Yeah, that's what I like to hear, folks. We got ourselves a banger of a matchup that's about to take place on that stage. It is the Battle of LA. You can call it whatever you want, but one thing for certain is that it's going to be awesome. And let's go ahead and meet your first team, the Los Angeles Guerrillas. There you have it, folks. It is now time to get up, get loud. Come on, Shrine. I need you guys on your feet. I need you guys on your feet. Join me. Let's go. This one's with me. This one's with me. That's right. That's right. It ain't every day you're going to get an event like this in LA. So let's go ahead and bring out your Los Angeles Guerrillas, starting with your first player. It is Decimate. Next up, welcome to the stage, Blast! Followed by Spart! Next up, it's Aqua! And finally, Vivid! And now, their opponents. Let us meet OpTic Gaming, LA.
That is sensational from OpTic. In through the front line, Dashy! And it's Slasher! And suddenly the sweep comes in from OpTic!
That has to Dashy shuts the door.
This is going to be an interesting game. OpTic Gaming has made some changes to how the team is going to function on the main stage, and we'll see if it is going to pay off. And I know we're going to bring out these teams here and bring out these players here in just a second. So, ladies and gentlemen of the Shrine, welcome to the stage, Dashy! Followed by TJ Haley! He says this is his OpTic. It's Slasher! Followed by the one and only Quavo! And a mainstay in competitive Call of Duty, it is J-Cab! Ladies and gentlemen, OpTic Gaming Shrine, I hope you're ready to go. And let's send it over to your casters. It's Miles and Momo.
Thank you so much, Alex. That little rhyme at the end there. Oh, it was beautiful. It's good to have you, brother. We're ready to rock and roll here in the Shrine. We are live from Los Angeles. The battle for Los Angeles is about to begin. And Phil, it's going to be an interesting one. There's a lot at stake here. There's more at stake here than we know.
I think for sure, we've already had, you know, the Battle of the North. We saw that in Minnesota. But coming here, it's the same city. It's the same. This is a little bit too intense. We've seen team changes by player on the Guerrillas. But in the side of OpTic, they've changed a lot too in just how they're playing. We obviously hear kind of the MP5 being changed hands. It's going to be interesting to see. But I think this is a must-win for OpTic LA.
We've said that one enough. That's definitely the storyline coming into this matchup again. It's almost like careers are on the line in this very series. And after this matchup, depending on who wins and who loses, we could be looking at a very, very interesting, very exciting Rostermania looking like scene. But hey, that's speculation that we don't quite know about yet. So without further ado, I mean, we're almost ready to roll into the game. I think we're all very excited to get into this one. Phil, the Guerrillas have made a huge change to the roster. I mean, it's a facelift by all accounts. We've seen 3 brand new players come in. Players that, you know, 2 of those players not many folks have seen before.
No, I mean, for sure. I mean, looking across the board, Spar in the middle, Vivid on the right-hand side. Blast, a lot of people may know already and should know, really. He, for me, is kind of the exciting X-factor of this Guerrillas team. But Spar and Vivid are the 2 players that I'm looking at and thinking, this is for all those players, all those people back home who want to make it into the professional scene. These guys have fought through the amateur scene. They've been recognized, and then they've been picked up. This is their time to shine. First game on the main stage in front of a hometown, if you like. Obviously, a little bit odd because the other team is their hometown too. But again, time to shine. And then you go over to OpTic Gaming in Los Angeles. These have some fan favorites, not even just in LA, across the globe. You hear the roars when Bruce walks out. Dashy. He's a fan favorite in the Call of Duty community for sure.
One of the greatest misconceptions in COD is that when Dashy walks onto the stage, he's being booed, but that's not true. Anyway, for this Game Fuel marquee matchup, Dashy, he, of course, will be our Game Fuel featured player. Bruce is a stellar player, to say the least. A breakout year on Black Ops 4. He really turned heads. He won hearts and minds, but not able to find too much success after that opening event in Vegas, looking to try to turn the woes of this OpTic Gaming Los Angeles squad around. It falls a lot on that man's shoulders.
Yeah, and I think, obviously, he being that key player, he's the one who's actually going to be changing his role a little bit as well. That MP5 will be in their hands. I know he's very comfortable with an assault rifle, but that might just go to Slash. Now, on the side of the Guerrillas, you know, some of the names obviously stay in Aqua. He's a player which has been around for so long, someone who is a staple and who can put up those big numbers, and I think will have to rival the likes of Slasher. He's going to have a very tough job, but for me, it's very hard to look away from Vivid, Spar, and as well Blast. You're talking to the Search and Destroy. I'm looking at Blast for that Search and Destroy.
Yeah, he's a staple of the Search and Destroy scene. Exciting to see. The players I'm most excited to look for is, of course, Vivid and Spar, 2 players we know literally nothing about. This is the current records of these rosters up until this moment. Of course, it's interesting enough for OpTic Gaming, you know, 2 and 4. That's not a terrible scene to be with. 2 and 5, the same thing there for the Guerrillas. This is certainly going to be an interesting match again. We're not quite sure where we place these teams. They've been bottom caliber teams, you know, in terms of the rankings and the CDL points. This is going to be a huge match.
It is kind of crazy, Miles, right, when you look at it. You don't usually get so excited for the teams that are maybe at the very bottom of the standings, but these 2 teams, they're both in a bit of a disaster position. These guys need to start winning. They need to start winning now. After this very weekend, everyone's going to have played the same amount, and those points are going to be looked at under a magnifying glass. And OpTic LA, they need points. Guerrillas have already got, I don't know, a couple, but not many. And it's all going down on Hackney Yard Hardpoint. We've seen it already today. We're going to see it probably more throughout the weekend as well. But the Guerrillas versus OpTic LA starts now.
And this first hardpoint will set the tone for the remainder of the series. It's our marquee match. We're only halfway through the day. It's only Saturday, but it is going to be an electric matchup nonetheless. Watch that left-hand side of the screen, the Guerrillas. We are looking to see if Spart, Vivid, and Blast, the newcomers to the squad. And this is the debut performance of those three players here in the Call of Duty League. Let's get into it.
Well, it's calm to start things off. It's not too aggressive, of course, pushing through with the smoke. It's very hard to break through, of course, that choke point down low. It's going to be OpTic LA. If you have a quick look on the mini-map as well, just controlling that hard point, you're going to have number 0. That's going to be Dashy holding back, keeping those spawns. But Vivid trying to break through the front. He's not going to have much success as well. Spar, he's going to find one. That's going to be Kenny that drops. Blast finds one off screen as well, but TJ trading things out. And the first 20 points are going to go to OpTic LA.
Still going towards OpTic LA. We're going to see a slight dip out there from Cap as he comes off point just to find the kills. The bait and switch now coming through from the Los Angeles Guerrillas as they do finally get themselves onto the hard point. Pressure not relenting though for OpTic LA as they remain alive and kicking here on the point. LA Guerrillas now trying to get back into lead. Now with 20 seconds remaining on this hard point, cast your eyes to the minimap. The right-hand side, that is where the next hard point will be coming up. Tire shop, that's number 2. Look for those white arrows to start setting up on the defensive side to prevent any of those little purple players making their way into the backside to secure the spawns for their squad. Here we go, 3 seconds remaining, and on the flip, it's going to be straight into OpTic's hands.
First 60 seconds gone. Vivid just finds his first kill onto Kenny there. And of course, yes, battling from maybe the harder side here, but now it's going to get much harder. Trying to flip things over to the tire shop. The kill feed is purple. The Guerrillas marching their way forward. Trophy systems down. Trying to get a little bit of spawn trap on that back brick building. And they are going to get some couple of kills here. Vivid started with 1. Now he's got 4. Make it 5. 4 in a row for him as he slides on through. Shot in the back by Dashy. Traded out by Blast. But when all said and done here, still in control of OpTic LA. Can Decimate sneak on through? 1 door, 2. Oh, whoa, hang on a second. Door slammed back in his face for that one.
Decimate had no idea what was going on there. Aqua's managed to make his way in. They do have somewhat of a foothold now on the right-hand side of the map, but the time is still going the way of OpTic LA. Already, though, number 6, he's hit the rotation on the far side of the map, gearing up for point 3. That is going to be the chimney. The smokestacks, rather. And you can see now they're spawning on that side of the map, gearing up for the next push. This has been a great hard point for OpTic Gaming. They've managed to take a ton of time from that one. And at the end of the first 2 hard points, Slasher is sitting at 7 and 2. Lovely stuff to see from him. And again, we talked about Slasher now being the main AR for that squad. Dashy now running a full-time submachine gun.
And again, going into this one, Hackney Hardpoint has been played with both teams, of course. They've only played it once, however, both teams not finding the success that they wanted, both 0-1 on this one. After 2 hardpoints, we do see a 40-point lead for OpTic. However, with the rotation down now near the smokestack, is going to be in control of the Guerrillas. Trophy system is down. You see that's available now for both Blast and Aqua, popping up on the top left-hand side of your screen, but all those players taken out of the hardpoint, currently neutral. No one gaining any points. OpTic trying to push down that right-hand side, past that cop core. Sliding into green is going to be TJ, finds 1. Will look to dip out and maybe find some on the hard point, but it's a tricky situation. Finds another. Vivid goes down as TJ does drop.
Yeah, it's a solid map presence now from the LA Guerrillas. Trying to get back into this one. Slasher slowed down somewhat. Zach was in a great spot there just to cut those players off, trying to catch the play on towards the hard point. He goes down. Slasher again in this power position. 6 seconds remain. We're going to roll in towards the office on the top side of the map. That building Slasher is approaching now. Got to find those entry kills, and it looks to be the Guerrillas' fortress right now as they've locked that one down. Over we go into the hard point. Slasher unable to get the kills, and now spawning from the warehouse side, we're going to see OpTic try to cut their way through mid-map, but the crossfire here from the Guerrillas is going to be devastating.
Yeah, and one thing about the Guerrillas that I'm finding so interesting is the interaction level from Aqua. He currently sits at 23 interactions, 7 assists as well to that as well. By far in the lead by any player in this lobby, but jumping on board with the man himself is going to get taken down. Kenny with a 3-piece. Dashy and Cap will find number 4 and 5. It's a clean sweep for OpTic as they breach the 3-digit mark, 100 points and counting. J-Cap only 4 kills to his name, but he does have 30 seconds of objective time, so we'll see how he gets that back as he finds another double here, taking down Spartan Blast.
Someone's got to do the hard work. TJ now trying to make his way in towards the docks building. Next hard point rolls through. A very familiar sound in the Call of Duty community, that chant. As OpTic start to come alive here, the Guerrillas again. A learning experience for them, but they don't have as much to lose in terms of this series. Points are good. currently sitting in this position. They want to be finding themselves a little bit more time here. The docks building is going to be in the hands of the Guerrillas. OpTic now pushing their way through the front of the map. Is Slasher though on your screen, trying to hit the flank, trying to go through mid now as his teammates are starting to put pressure. They're starting to pull these players out of the positions, but the spawns have split for the Guerrillas, and they're coming in from 2 pinches now from either side of the map.
Well, this is good for the Guerrillas here. They've got one player on that hard point. They're spawning both by the cop car and right next to it. OpTic LA spawning right out of there. They've got to push through, of course, the warehouse, find themselves that position. Slasher does find a double, and again, Slasher's actually playing very well. He's currently dropping a 1.6 at 16 and 10, 7 assists to his name as well. So putting up those numbers, and right now, it is enough, I would say. 25 points in the lead. We're going to see a rotation now back to the original hard point in this warehouse. And OpTic, they seem to have control of that as well. They're going to have to give these last 15 seconds up as well as the previous 15. But when all said and done, rotation 1 is over, and OpTic, they have a narrow lead.
Yeah, that last hard point was so good for the Guerrillas. I believe that was a perfect 60. Decimate on point finds himself 2 kills right off the rip, holding down this line as best he can. Can he find any more? The Decimate has been a standout for a long time in this squad. He's been an exciting player to watch, and right now, looking okay at 17 and 11. Finds one more there.
Yeah, the key thing to take was exactly what I said, was how OpTic had this kind of all locked down. They gave up the last 15, but going into this one, we saw the Guerrillas just march on in, find themselves 20 points, and it's actually capitalized well. We're going to see another lead change go back in the hands of OpTic. But the job right now for OpTic LA is to keep these spawns. You can see here TJ just dropping off here, watching green, and the reason he's doing that, he doesn't want anyone pushing the flank, and no one is for the Guerrillas here. So OpTic, they may be rewarded, of course, with a very strong hold on the next one. But with 15 seconds left, they're trying to soak up that time. I believe we've got a 3-kill streak going down for Dashy. He's trying to find number 4. Is going to be taken down by Vivid as Aqua sweeps up. 4 will fall, and they will have the spawns for next. But can they hold on?
Here comes the push from the Guerrillas. Aqua finds 3 on the way out of the last hard point. He's got to contend now with Dashy in mid-map, but there is a bit of a flank developing on the other side. Will the OpTic Gaming members manage to take care of the top of the map while Dashy does what he can on the left? TJ is overextending now, trying to slow these players down on the way out of the hard point from first. And again, so far, so good for OpTic. They get a trickle the first time on the hard point. Now they roll over towards Tire Shop, and they get a ton here. No one from the LA Guerrillas has really managed to break in over that brick wall line. This could be the first push they see. Slasher in top window position, racking up the time, finding the kills. JCap drops. Quavo's up next. Kenny, is he going to stay alive? TJ backs him up.
TJ finds 3 there off screen, just in front of the tire shop. Will now start to push on, but TJ, really the relief of OpTic as he finds number 4, and number 5 isn't needed. Cap right by his side. Brothers in arms, it feels like, as they push through the warehouse now. TJ, 11 bullets in the chamber. Quick reload on that. Wait for Decimate. Decimate, good night. As he pushes through, will finally find Blast, and that will be the end of TJ's run. I just want to go back to what I said originally, how Aqua's interactions were so high. Currently at 47, highest in the lobby right now, but Dashy was a player that we wanted to watch, and the reason being of his role change. He's currently 20 and 20, he's putting those interactions up. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Dashy.
Not quite over yet, though. OpTic with a sizable lead. They're getting towards that 250-point mark. That's the win. Smokestack's currently in the hand of the Guerrillas. How long can they hold on for? Slasher now through mid. Finds the shots, takes care of Spark. Right onto the point he's going to go. A bit of crossfire comes through as Vivid. He finds himself a couple. Dashy now on top L, doing what he can to keep that pressure on the hard point. But it's not going to be enough, as the spawns now in that back warehouse are forcing OpTic to funnel through one direction.
And all that time, Miles, no one was actually on the hard point. We're going to see Spark slip on it now as he finds second number 37 for him. The objective player clearly being Blast. He's raked over 100 points for his squad, 22 and 20 as well. As we bring up those scoreboards, keep your eyes on that one. But as the final 15 does drip away, we're going to be heading back into bottom green here. Blast already having the hill. Dashy, though, has other ideas. Slasher takes down 2 again from that preferred long-range shot of that assault rifle. That's where Slasher really does thrive. But Spark, new kid on the block. Can he do any damage? Yes, he can. Finds TJ. Quick reload, and he's going to find himself a couple of seconds on the point. Quick recap, though. 214 to 192. This is where we see the Guerrillas. Can they get back into it? Can they hold off the charge?
OpTic Gaming just surrounded the building. Spark finds his 5th kill in a row. Now he's trying to hold on through next. His teammates are above him. 2 of them actually downstairs now, so they're going to do what they can to slow down that push from OpTic. Here comes Slasher, right in through the front door, gets the tags. Spark's going to have to back on up as his teammates are trying to win that gunfight on the outside of the map. And this is what we saw in the first set of rotations. This is where LA Guerrillas pulled this one back. If we go to the next hard point, and that's going to be Guerrillas one as well, this is looking like a map win for the boys in purple.
And right now, the Guerrillas, they're out slaying them. The only player really putting those numbers up is Slasher. Is it going to be enough? That's the question when the contest goes down and the last 15 comes through. The kill feed all purple, and this is where we see the charge. They've got to break one more. The smoke is down. Vivid, as he charges through, he sneaks on through, but not enough. And Dashy, Kenny, Cap, will start to pick them apart piece by piece. Now OpTic Gaming with only 36 points in need. If they can hold it, they can do this. But Blast had other ideas. Finds one, finds two, the third. Can he find a fourth? Blast destroys as he finds four. That could be the opening that Guerrillas need. But as he falls on down, OpTic have the spawns. Just one more chance for the Guerrillas. And we see Vivid will fall. Number one is actually pushing through. That's going to be Decimate. He's going to see the contest now. Blast through the smoke. And we have got a little bit to go just yet.
It's not over yet. This could still be the last hardpoint. Decimate from upstairs now. The battle is raging below them. 10 seconds for the win now for the Guerrillas. The reinforcements for OpTic are being cut down. 5 seconds now for the win as Decimate. He starts to heat things up. And OpTic, there is no one around. It is over. Map 1 goes to the Guerrillas.
That is what you want to see if you are joining a CDL team. Spark, Vivid, Blast making an impact. But for me, the key player, Aqua, he was an absolute slaying animal on that map, destroying OpTic. I said how Aqua had to go toe-to-toe with Slasher, and he did just that. Aqua just dropped 38 kills with a positive 12. Incredible stuff across the board. The Guerrillas take map number 1, and that is a stat sheet for you guys. Take a look at that.
Oh, it started to fall apart towards that bottom office. That was disgusting. The final moments of that hardpoint will absolutely, unquestionably be something that OpTic are going to have to go back and look over after this one. It is going to be our scuff play of the game as well, friends. Blast took the map into his own hands in these dying moments and may well have won the play here.
Absolutely agree. Finds 2 on the blue van. This is a great kill. Number 3. Fourth goes down, but at this point, he falls. You can quick look at the minimap. All of those Guerrillas, they're spawning out, but so do OpTic. 2 of them spawn behind, and we see a very smart play from Decimate, who actually lets one past him, and then the collapse starts to happen. Blast lying down, taking it cool, and when it's 239 to 230, it's very hard to keep that aggression kind of low and keep you calm. Decimate up top finds some important kills. Again, not just jumping on that hard point and playing a little bit panic-like. He stays up top. He makes those all-important kills. He gets the time for his team. I do want to highlight the new kids, though. Blast and Spar. I think there was 2 minutes for Blast and 1.5 minutes for Spar there. Very good objective-based play, but the slaying was right there with the Guerrillas, too.
Yeah, welcome to the COD League, gentlemen. Now, Slasher and Dashy, again, 2 players we talk about quite a lot. Slasher, again, a world champion in his own right. Dashy, someone who we've talked about enough in terms of the accolades. They're not quite there yet, but everybody loves a bit of Bruce. Bruce Almighty, indeed. 2 players who are absolutely crucial to the success of this OpTic Gaming roster. And we talk about that role change they've made. Slasher was running an AR and running the MP5. Now he's running exclusively the M4, running the AR all game long. And Dashy now is running the MP5. Phil, this is a major switch up for these players. Is this something that's going to make OpTic more comfortable in the long run?
I think no doubt when you look at Slasher, so saying to Slasher you're the main AR of a team, that's like exactly what he wants to hear. The whole, this is my OpTic, this is me, I'm Slasher, like it kind of comes through. Dashy is a very special player, and the thing that I like about Dashy is Mr. Versatile. I think you put any weapon, whether it be sniper, sub, or assault rifle in his hand, and he can do it all, and that's why you want someone like Dashy on your team. The problem being it might take him a little bit to be able to adapt to kind of that role. You know, when you're playing the flex role as an assault rifle, you kind of not too slow, not too fast. He's got to change that game. He's the one who's got to adapt, whereas Slasher, I feel he's just doing what he knows and loves. Again, that's why Dashy was our key player to look out for then. I liked his interactions. I think I pointed out he was 20 and 20, but I think going forward from that, he didn't have the next couple of kills on his side. So we'll have to see how he improves. 27 and 31 in that hard point. But Search and Destroy is up next. Maybe we start to see him pull out that. Yeah,
Dashy, our game fuel featured player. He will certainly be looking to turn that frown upside down as we go into the next matchup. Search and Destroy and Gunrunner up next. And the biggest question for me right now for that OpTic roster is you see those faces. They don't look too happy, and you look upstairs, Guerrillas and Decimate's having a chat with someone off camera. Everyone looks a little more calm and composed. I mean, for these guys, for Vivid and Spark, this is the first time they've played in a match like this with stakes this high in their entire careers. I mean, this is a huge roster change. 3 players in, Spark, Blast, and of course Vivid, filling in for Aches, Saints, and Lacefield. 3 players who have been in the COD League and who have been in the Call of Duty professional scene for a very long time. Aches is a world champion, Saints been around a long time, Lacefield as well, an absolute hero to his fans. They've been swapped out. I mean, this is an all-or-nothing change for the LA Guerrillas because I feel like they know they don't have anything to lose at this point. They're going to try this roster out, see how well it goes, and learn from here. For OpTic Gaming, a loss here is not a good look. It's very much, okay, we have to make a serious change, whether it's substitutes, whether it's letting players go. You know, I don't know the legality around that in terms of the league. That's for the GMs to decide, but it is going to be an interesting situation now as we roll into the search. Can OpTic bring their heads out of the doldrums?
I'll tell you what, Vivid and Spark must be feeling fantastic after their kind of debut. The reason I leave Blast out, I feel like he has had that experience before. He's been on this main stage, he's played, and we know and love what he can do. And he's kind of back, he's making that comeback, and credit to him. He's an awesome player. Vivid and Spark, though, again, these are two names that, even for myself, yes, I've seen them kind of breaking through in the amateur side of things, but this is like their time to shine, and no other way of putting it. We've seen them do some damage already in the Hardpoint as we transition over to Search and Destroy. Sometimes, I tell you what, some of these amateurs can show us something different. I'm excited to see that as well.
As long as the nerves don't get the best of them, they've all got new tricks, and I'm excited to see. Search and Destroy, friends. First to 6 rounds, win it. 2 bomb sites. Teams will take turns attacking and defending. A win here for the Guerrillas would be incredible. OpTic have to stabilize if they want a chance in this series. Here we go, off to the races. Right through mid-map, Cap opens it up with a nice kill there on the Vivid in the middle. Blast can't quite answer back, but that is going to be pressure in towards that B site for OpTic. B on the bottom side of the map, A on the top.
Cap finding that first blood, that's exactly what you want if you're OpTic Gaming here. TJ is going to go down, that's from Aqua again. We've got a 2 to 3 AR to SMG ratio for both teams. We've got no snipers in play yet. We might see that a little later on, but this is where we start to see dead silence be available, and some players make that play. Dashy being one of them, takes out Spark. Decimate answering back now. Starting a 3v3. As Dashy finds his second kill of the round. Dashy's actually in a really interesting position, but look at Kenny. Look at Kenny, just tucked himself away there in those boxes, and hello, Kenny. Good night to Decimate, as it is all down to just Blast.
What we're seeing already is a little bit more of a decisive turn from OpTic. That's a good round. Even after the opening kill from Cap, they didn't really lose a lot of pressure. It was Decimate in mid-map trying to find kills with the stun around green box, and nice shots from Slasher to close the round out there. First round to OpTic.
Important first kill as well from JCap. He opened the account in water. If he loses that gunfight, Vivid is through, and he's beaten that thorn in the side. And again, Cap, that was a really good play from him. We'll jump on board with JCap, see what he's up to, because predominantly we are going to see these B pushes. It's a little bit easier for these offensive teams. We're going to see a grenade and smoke go out. TJ on screen. But interesting enough, you see 2 of OpTic actually sit back towards the bottom of the forest. Ooh. Kenny opening things up. That's going to be the first, as that's 2 first bloods for OpTic. Kenny now hopping up top, trying to get that height advantage. Oh, Vivid. Maybe a kill he should have made.
He might double dip. He's coming back for it. Kenny through the glass. No, he's going to get away with his life for now. There's a lot of action happening around this bomb site. Kenny's hungry for it. He goes in. He's going to find that one. That's going to be 2 dead now for the Guerrillas. OpTic looking to take care of that B site, looking to take control. Another kill would be great. That's a dead silence play from Decimate snuffed out. Kenny's now trying to watch the back. This is a great run from Quavo. Keeps these kills are coming. The bomb goes down, and now the clock is ticking. Quavo's still on your screen. Dashy takes care of Aqua, and now it all falls down to Blast once again. Oh, wow. Okay, Blast.
Kenny starts it, Kenny finishes it. Round number 2 is all Kenny, as he finds himself, what I believe was it 4? I think he found the first, the second. We saw, of course, Dashy get amongst the kills there, but dead silence utilized as well, so well. Nicely done. OpTic Gaming 2, Guerrillas 0.
Not a bad start for OpTic, and you need it, but they have to keep this up if they want to tie the series up.
Yeah, Kenny and Dashy, 5-0, 3-0, good start.
Yeah, good stuff from Kenny, 5-0, you like that. Here we go, straight off the rip with that bomb in hand is going to be Spark. We're on board with Quavo still on the defense. Still making their way towards B. Lovely turn there on the Vivids, gets the kill, immediately answers back, and a kill goes the way of TJ as well onto Aqua. That's going to give the advantage now to OpTic Gaming. That presence towards mid, still going to be the Guerrillas. Not willing to let that one go. OpTic know the play's happening here, but they still have number 7. That's going to be Quavo on the top of the map. Trying to find that flank now. There's the shots.
Ooh, long range. It doesn't even matter. When you got the right man wielding the MP5, damaging things can go down. That's going to be the end for Kenny, though, as his streak of 7 is denied. Slasher finds another, and really, that might be the only negative for OpTic Gaming here, as it is a 3v1. They're looking so strong up against the Guerrillas, toe-to-toe. Decimate last alive. I think he might have spotted one. TJ just around the corner. Dashy will fall. Should be a trade out by TJ. Ooh. And it will be. It's the pistol, I believe, there that came through.
You give him half a second more and Decimate gets that kill, then it's a 1v1. That is how dangerous these players are in Surge.
Definitely wasn't the pistol, by the way.
That's a big pistol. Mate, that's a slick bit of movement there from Decimate on the turn. To come to hit the box like that, though,
yeah,
and land that many shots, not an easy thing to do. He's a cornered animal, man. You gotta put him down very, very quickly. 3-0 now for OpTic Gaming as they are looking solid in the Search and Destroy. And we touched upon the Search and Destroy prowess of the youngsters, the newcomers to that Los Angeles Guerrillas squad, but they haven't quite shown it yet. There's glimmers. The teamwork of OpTic will prevail. There's 2 members now of the LA Guerrillas with Dead Silence to play with. We'll see if that comes out this round. 3 now.
Kenny has found his way through, but his teammates have all dropped like flies. OpTic Gaming, they try and change things up, push towards A, and sometimes you'll hear, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And right now, it seemed like the play wasn't the best, and Guerrillas almost feels like they were gifted around there. I think it might have been read potentially by the Guerrillas, but it was a ballsy play from OpTic there, and maybe one they can afford to make. You know, now, when Guerrillas are on the defense, they've got to think twice. You know, where are they going? B, A. It's not just a one-trick pony kind of team. Or is it?
Hey.
Who knows?
I know, let's ask Pac-Man. Here we go. Another offensive round now for the Los Angeles Guerrillas. Blast yet to get on the board with 0-3, but still, plenty of time to turn that around. No snipes this round for either squad. So we are going to see a slow push from the Los Angeles Guerrillas now. It's a heavy stack towards B. With only one player watching the back end of A, that's going to be on OpTic. That falls onto JCap to watch the flank. And Spart's just trying to find something. Quavo and TJ both activate their Dead Silence. TJ goes down to Spart. Vivid sadly opens the door right into his own demise as TJ finds it, or Quavo finds it, excuse me. And now you have to go back to the drawing board for the Guerrillas. You find a kill, you lose a life. What's the play? Is it in towards A? Blast has managed to find a lot of space here.
Blast has actually found himself Dead Silence. You can see that depleting on the bottom right of your screen from white to gray. It's about to run out now, so he's going to have to play a little bit slower. But he has got himself in a nice position. This is where the bomb starts to creep up, and Slasher, check your corners, my friend. Ain't going to happen. Slasher will drop. No trade coming in. This is where we do start to see the push in from the Guerrillas jumping. Second chance now. Blast finds a second, and that's a job done from Blast.
Decimate can't quite get anything done there as Dashy finds 2 with the AR. Quavo picking up the piece as well, and it falls down to Spart with a bomb. Makes it a 1v1 against Quavo. Spart, last player left alive. 11 seconds left on the clock. A 1v1 will get it done. No! Quavo! 4-1 OpTic LA.
Bravo, Quavo. Here he is in the final kill cam. The MP5 is hot and heavy, and he's finding his feet here in the Search and Destroy again. If you just joined us, that Hardpoint, it was a nail-biter, this Search and Destroy. A little bit more one-sided as OpTic, and Kenny in particular. 10 kills to his name. Incredible stuff.
And that 10th was a goodie. That was a fun one. An essential kill to make it 4-1. Smokes up towards A just to, create a bit of distraction. We're seeing Sound now come into the mix, as you can see. Number 4 making his way across the map. It's going to be Aqua trying to watch towards A, but it's an aggressive defense now from the Guerrillas. They're willing to spend a lot of lives in this push. They've managed to get 2 of OpTic. Vivid's hunting for more. Decimate finds 2 more. Now it comes down to Dashy. The LA Guerrillas have come alive.
Here you go, Dashy. Do your best, son. Finds 1. 3 to go. He's going to break on through. He's going to look for another, and that another is tucked in a corner. Surprise, surprise. Nice aggressive play from the Guerrillas there. You see Aqua getting up close and personal. Dashy, again, it was just a lose-lose situation. He found himself 1, but nothing more, as I believe we go into round number 7 now. 4-2. OpTic, of course, leading the charge, and Kenny absolutely wrecking kids right now. 90 seconds on the clock here as we tick down and jump right back into the game.
So both teams have at least 1 Dead Silence ready to go. Blast and Decimate have theirs to work with in this round. Despite using them in the previous to secure the round win, Blast finding that first blood. Dead Silence at the ready now for him if he wants it at 3 and 4. Nice opening kill, backs on up. Vivid maintains mid-map presence. That smoke's going to cover off the push through water. And up over the top, he saw enough there, but a little bit of parkour is going to keep him very much in the mix. JCap through pipes, going to get cut down from behind. That's nice. We're going to see a little bit of a spread now from OpTic. 3 of them sitting in towards the A site. One of them cutting through pipes.
And ironically enough, right now they might only have 2 rounds on the board, but they've found 5 first bloods, Guerrillas. Hasn't mattered, and it's probably down to the fact of Kenny playing out of his mind, but Kenny's out of the equation this round. Dashy on your screen, twice actually, bottom right as well. Handsome man, 35 seconds, here we go.
Here we go.
There we go.
There we go. 4v3 right now. TJ on the rip, in from behind. Hipfire finds one. Straight away into the second kill. Could TJ find another on this push? That is the dagger. At 20 seconds remaining, the bomb does not get armed. The remaining members of the Guerrillas are on the other side of the map. TJ with the play.
TJ just looking to regroup with his teammates, and again, first blood drawn by the Guerrillas. 5-2 in first bloods, but 2-5 in rounds. And really that round, you have to look at TJ, that double kill towards the outer side of the train tracks there, proving to be crucial. And again, we talked about how this series is a must-win for OpTic. They lose map 1. The Search and Destroy is a must-win, if that's a real thing.
Super must.
It's
turbo.
a super duper must win.
Super must turbo 2 win. Here we go. OpTic with the bomb on map point. Vivid though, another aggressive round, gets TJ. Good night, my friend. That's going to be a quick dispatch. Not able to quite get the kill zone. J-Cap's going to eat an entire stun from Spart there, and this is an aggressive play again. Spart, have you got any more left in the tank? Great position to be in. Viv is now going to back him up. Mid-map is now in full control of the Los Angeles Guerrillas. Bravo, check your corners, no point. Spart and Vivid, they're on the flank. This has been a great round, once again, from LA Guerrillas. If they just don't think about it and they just push forward, they find these rounds so comfortably. They've forced the remaining 2 members of OpTic back into the forest. Yeah,
and I tell you what, that was a very aggressive push through Bathroom and straight into you. Spart and Vivid working very, very well mid-map, and both still alive because of it. Dead Silence available for Aqua. See if he pops that. Number 4 on your mini-map. He's currently around Cole, but no, taken down. I believe that was through the wall. Great stuff from Dashy. The M4, a lethal weapon in his hands. 2v2 now. Is it another clutch? Is it another round where OpTic shut it down, not having the first blood? It's going to be Slasher versus 2. He is in a very good position.
No Dead Silence, though. He's thumping around through that mud, and the boots are clanging everywhere as a play to his left. He's in such a tough spot. Hoping to find an M4, or MP5, sorry. But the Guerrillas get the round. 5-3. That's incredibly hard to do without Dead Silence available, without that field upgrade to give him that advantage so he can maneuver around the map freely. I mean, this is what we see the Guerrillas do. They activate their Dead Silence, they run to a power position, and as it runs out, they plant up and they chill. They just let those players from OpTic make the mistakes. 5-3.
I thought I might see Slasher just kind of hold that rock and just kind of go for that bomb site as a 50-50, but that's where you see Guerrillas. If they push that train tracks, it was doomed there. But 5-3, the current round count. Of course, OpTic just need 1 more round. Spart has that bomb, and he's going to be pushing, I believe, towards B, but this is a slower push here. You see number 5, Vivid, get very aggressive. He's got 9 kills. Again, we talk about these new players, especially Vivid and Spart, new to the Call of Duty professional scene, already making their mark both in Hardpoint and Search and Destroy. Trophy takes that one out. TJ, tickled, and he's got to tickle him back. It's a little fun game by the Forest here as he gets out of that one, staying alive.
It's all fun and games till somebody pees themselves. Here we go. Minute left on the clock. The bomb making its way up through that dirt path. Slasher, trophy system at the ready. Waiting for the push. Gearing up for this one. The trophy's already paying dividends. However, the kill goes to Blast. It's going to be Dashy. He's out. Slasher answers back. Cat finds one of his own. 4v3 right now.
Defensive 4v3 at that. Slasher and Cap finding important kills, but around the side, it's going to be Decimate. Sneaks in, takes down TJ. Can he sneak in again? That's the question. He's waiting for the backup. Might have to have a reload as he will, as he pushes forward. The Dead Silence has been popped. Kenny's going to answer back. Kenny, the man of the map. As Spart and Blast make it a 2v1. And suddenly, OpTic Gaming and Slasher, they're on the back foot. The time is against them.
Slasher's in a world of trouble right now. He's still running around. He's got himself another trophy, but the bomb is going to be going down very, very quickly at A. He guesses wrong. He's about to be disappointed when he looks across. He knows now the bomb is at A. He knows he has to now hit that. And that's it. Slasher for the map in a 1v2.
It was 5-2. It is now 5-3. Guerrillas trying to get back into this when you see one player just around pipes. Slasher, no Dead Silence. He's got a trophy, but I don't think that is what you want to see in this position. And through door number A is a player. Oh, he gets a kill. Okay, Sports guns down, 18 seconds. Slasher weak, Vivid is out, but it's Blast It's Blast sliding away. He's playing the clock perfectly. Blast is playing this absolutely beautifully, but is he going to re-challenge the dip? Oh, no! Guerrillas get away with murder. As Slasher finds the kills, cannot find the defuse. I've got to say, as much as Slasher was absolutely awesome in that 1v2, Blast just kind of playing that clock, the way he dived from box to box. It was perfectly played. You played the time so well. Round number 10, let's go.
Not enough time to defuse the bomb. Round number 10. One round at a time. The Los Angeles Guerrillas cannot be counted out. Here we go. They're on defense now as OpTic are going to make their way in towards A. Oh, it's a heavy, it's an ambitious push. They're all in. Everything's on the table here. Spark's going to find absolutely nothing on that side of the map. Aqua laying in wait. On the poke in from behind, it's going to be a 3 opening kills for the Guerrillas.
Oh dear.
OpTic, this is what round 11 looks like.
Oh dear.
We're going the distance. OpTic lost the hard point. They gave that one up, and now they're doing it in the search. 1 round remains.
OpTic Gaming came into the series as a must-win. They lose the hard point. They go 5-2 up in the search and destroy. They now go into round 11. Kenny has 13 kills.
Oh.
Vivid, though, 10. As this home crowd is getting excited. I don't even know who they're cheering for. I have a funny feeling, but moving forward, 90 seconds on the clock. Minimap is up. It's aggressive from Vivid. It's proven to work with his double-digit kill haul.
Yeah, baby. Here we go. Bottom right, a young Channing Tatum as he finds that first kill on a TJ. So TJ will see you in domination. As now, the slow approach towards the B-bomb site for Vivid in mid-map. Still the bomb sitting towards A, maybe waiting for the call. Quavo there inside the bathrooms.
Surely not.
Big tags on a Vivid, gets away with his life.
TJ's down, Dashy out, Guerrillas. What are you doing to them?
They strike from the shadows as Blast once again finds a little kill and runs away with it. Vivid now finds one. It's looking to be a perfect round for the Guerrillas, and Quavo's gone! The Guerrillas take it in round 11. What a comeback that was. What a showing from the Search and Destroy superstars. I called it in like round 3 that they weren't doing anything about it. That is how you run a search map. And OpTic Gaming now, they are staring down the barrel of the loaded gun.
They were up 5-2. They lost 4 rounds back-to-back, head in their hands. I mean, at this point, it's just another kick in the teeth. Quick check on the stats. Kenny, we highlighted at the start, I think he dropped like 12 kills in the first 3-4 rounds. It was ridiculous. Didn't go much further, though. Vivid, a player you've got to keep your eyes out for. He dominated the boiler room in that U area, the middle map ground. 13 kills, 8 deaths as well. Just so many interactions. Oh, that is a tough one to swallow.
Dashy, still our Game Fuel featured player. You can truly see on his face, a lot rides on this one. A big game coming up after this one. OpTic down 2-0. The Los Angeles Guerrillas currently, they're pushing them to the absolute brink here in the battle for Los Angeles. The exciting finish to this series coming back after this break.
Call of Duty League is brought to you by Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, the official energy drink of the Call of Duty League. Scuff Gaming, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
Call of Duty League is brought to you by Metro by T-Mobile. Rule your day with the #1 brand in prepaid.
Here's your US Army tactical play from that final round. Round 11, LA Guerrillas complete the reverse there in the search.
Yeah, again, it was kind of like an aggressive defense as you see TJ pushing forward, trying to get that mid-map control, but Vivid has been in Boiler Room, literally doing what he does for the last, like, 20 minutes. Like, this was a play which they should have been able to see or at least spot, but Vivid just staying alive there, I think, was such a crucial play for him, and this is where the Guerrillas just start to dismantle OpTic. It's a 5v3 at this point, and it gets a little tricky as we see the smokes come out, the availability of 2 dead sounds. Vivid finds another double. It was disgusting all around, but Vivid has to be kind of that key player for the search and destroy for me. That OGLA roster were looking so good with Kenny off the start. Vivid turned things around. Awesome stuff.
Indeed, very, very awesome stuff. Speaking of awesome stuff, the broadcast crew, you know, us, the casters, and the guys from the desk, we went to dinner a few nights. No,
okay.
Don't. We went to dinner a few nights ago, and we were filmed, of course, because that's what we do. And we talked a lot about a lot of things. You're going to be seeing that later on throughout the year. But the first one we want to show you is about the importance of this matchup and OpTic's careers.
We know that my old senile dumb self said that I think OpTic was a perfect team and how good they're going to be. I thought they were going to be so great, and they have 0 CDL points. So I want to know expectations for this weekend.
I reckon they beat the Guerrillas at least. Yeah. Right? 10 points.
I think if they start off with a win, like, they'll just be fine. Look at their roster.
With those players, at what point does it become a mental thing? When do they turn on each other and say, you're the problem?
Just to add on that, I don't think it's just about who they start off playing or whether or not they start off with a win. For me right now, if you look at the bigger picture of this team, like, this comes down to obviously inside issues in their team. On paper, these guys are brilliant. Like, they're some of the best minds that we have in Call of Duty. But inside issues and mentality with their teammates or friendships or whatever, it comes down to that.
It's Slasher versus Dashy.
They need to sort it out.
A couple wins can eliminate all these problems.
What solves it all?
Is that what solves it?
They get to a final this weekend, or they start winning. I think it's the only thing that solves it.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think.
What happens if they don't win their first series this event, though?
If they leave with 0 points from this weekend, it's over.
Paris Legion take it in 5. I believe Dashy dropped 36 kills, 25 deaths, but it doesn't matter.
They're the only team that has yet to get some points on the board, and if you start out slow in a year like this, it is going to be, at some point, an insurmountable mountain to climb.
OpTic Gaming are on 0 right now through this weekend. I was expecting them to have a few points on the board by now.
I have as many points as Slasher, JCap, and Kenny right now. It feels pretty fantastic.
My thing for OpTic is I think they're better. I think they've played the 4 best teams and they've had some close games. But for me, I don't think they ever beat FaZe. I don't think, unless like the best teams aren't at like the tournament with them, I think there's too many teams that are going to give them a run for their money. And if this team is going to win a championship, they need a radical change.
They're not the best.
A meta change, a player change, something. They need
But
something.
they should be up there. They have to be up there.
Right, so I think this team makes a change. I think that's a bunch of players on the OpTic team that just all they care about is winning, or at least a few of them, and they're gonna demand a trade.
Some of the players already checked out. That's why this weekend I don't think they're gonna go as far as maybe you do. I just think the players have checked out, and they're like, all right, well, let's get through another weekend.
I was in the airport with OpTic coming back from Atlanta, and Dashy was like, yo, we gotta defend LA, and T's like, I just wanna win a map, bro.
All right, so...
Lovely dinner, by the way.
It was a good dinner. I had about my body's weight in pasta and steak. It was delicious. But you heard what those people said. This is a very important matchup for OpTic, and what TJ said about wanting to just win a single map. They've come very, very close, but no cigar. Now we roll into the domination, friends. This could well and truly be it, as this series hangs on the precipice for OpTic Gaming. But for the Guerrillas, welcome to the league, boys. There's 2 players up there who haven't had their chance, and their chance is now being taken, truly, by the scruff of the neck. And it's going to be a domination now on Hackney Yard. OpTic, what have you got left in the tank? What magic do you have in yourselves now to pull something special out this map?
Oh, they need everything. They need the slaying power, the objective plays, they need good communication, good chemistry, and right now it just seems like it's all in the bin almost. I mean, one of the things that I said in that VT, I was like, what if OpTic don't win the first series? Because everyone around that table, including myself, was like, I think OpTic Gaming, they take the Guerrillas. But right now, you know, looking at the Guerrillas, they're looking very, very strong, and they're 2-0 up. They're capping their home hill as is OpTic Gaming. And again, it will be the battle for the warehouse as the kill feed is split purple and white here as Dashy finds Vivid. B half caps, not completely going through here as another comes through for Aqua. And over by the warehouse, this is when it's gonna get a little bit meaty.
Well, now we push ourselves for OpTic as things get a little bit too difficult for them. Now they try to break into the warehouse to take it back from the Guerrillas. Let's have a quick Astro Gaming listen in with the Los Angeles OpTic Gaming.
Mid. One shot on mid. There's two mid. I got one. Three dead. On the flag. One's their door, me. I think he's their door. Look at Scaff. Look at Scaff. Nice, I need that. I'm gonna put top AC. I know, on the door. I got there. We got mid AC. I got today. Trying to push it. Could one be here? Yeah, could one. I got kid. I'm gonna respond here. I think we're good. Go top AC. Could be in, be on me. Top L, bottom L weak. I need help with B, guys. I'm calling. Nothing green. One shot. One's in here. Our door. He ran out to A, bro. He ran out to A. I don't know. He just ran to A. I spawned green. They're gonna be top L. He's gonna be top L. I have all left. I got the great pillar. It could be spawning right. Yeah, they could be spawning right. Top L though. Yeah. Top L.
Well, there you have it. A little bit frantic, but so far so good for OpTic as they managed to take back the warehouse. The comms are good, and you can see Dashy starting to get themselves into the groove here. It's 3-3 so far, but Slasher's opening kills again at 5-1. That's what you want to be seeing work out for OpTic Gaming. How long can they keep this going, though?
So far, so good right now. Slasher was in a nice spot there. He had an MP5 in his back pocket, which he was utilizing as well. Kenny tucking himself away on the bench. Finds himself a nice little spot in the warehouse there. But two go down, Dashy in the middle map, picking kills up, and this is good for OpTic Gaming. 3 minutes left on the clock, and they're starting to really show themselves in this match. Of course, Search and Destroy started so good. In fact, the Hardpoint started so good. Is this just the tail of the series here? 39 plays 27. The lead currently held by OpTic Gaming, and we're about halfway through this first round before we flip it on its head. Let's see if Guerrillas can break through this warehouse, maybe take back this B flag.
They have to go do what they can to get back on the B. The mid-map presence being opened up there by TJ. B flag now slowly being captured, but TJ in from behind. Timing was there. He gets the kill, but there's still another player on point who's going to be able to push it, who's going to be able to find the cap. There's the neutralization of B. And the slow and steady capture now, putting the points back in the hands of the LA Guerrillas, slowly but surely. But a 51-point start now from OpTic here in the opening round is not a bad thing.
As you see, the B flag has been neutralized for a second. We do see Dashy jumping back on that, so a couple more points going OpTic Gaming's way. 2 minutes on the clock for the kill feed. Cap, Slash, and Dashy line things up here as now they start to push on forward. One thing that is interesting, Miles, and we've seen the likes of Atlanta FaZe, we've seen many teams do this, Paris Legion as well being one of them. You're always pushing that kind of home flag. You're always trying to flip it, neutralize it, do something. And OpTic Gaming, they're very happy right now, just kind of locking things down, and if it works, it works. And right now, it is.
Yeah, it's working fine. But what happens when it doesn't work, Phil? What happens when you slay him out and nothing happens? You can't flip spawns, you can't cap flags. What happens then? Ooh, Dashy. That was a nice 6th kill in a row. Oh, 7's around him. If you can just sniff something out through that smoke. His teammates are doing a great job as Cap's taking care of the position above him, what we call top L, and Dashy in bottom L right now. It's an L-shaped corridor. Quavo cut down as the pressure now mounting towards the ace flag. And here comes the push. We're going to start seeing A neutralized there by the Los Angeles Guerrillas, but TJ fighting for his life there on point will go down, and now we're going to see A flip hands shortly into the Guerrillas.
And this is what I was talking about. Guerrillas, of course, finally going for that tire shop. And they're going to be rewarded with A. C will change hands, and OpTic Gaming still with 2 flags. Still get the majority of their points. Slasher spitting on him here as he finds his 11th kill. 7 deaths as well. So far, so good for Slasher. Oh my, the reaction to some of these players. B has changed hands though. Now the home flag of A goes to the Guerrillas. They have maybe a preferable side. And we have 35 seconds on the clock going into the second side, Miles. We are going to see OpTic in the lead, but by how much?
Yeah, not a huge turn of events these final 30 seconds. Even with A and B in control now, Slasher up top. Quavo's going to back him up. One last push just to slow down. If they can neutralize B, that's a big win. Oh, those are nice kills. Is there anyone left on site? Slasher, once again, just managing to find these players. 15 seconds, just grab it as quick as you possibly can. 2 players are going to neutralize it very fast. You may as well take it. Why not, gentlemen? Why not? B and C in the hands of LAOG. The final 5 seconds, the kills go their way, and that's not a bad look for OpTic here in the first half of domination.
Yeah, Slash is going nuts. That assault rifle in the middle. That's what I try and do, and it just doesn't work, Miles.
Have you seen me? That's what it looks like. Yeah, right.
Hey, there's you, bottom middle, Australian flag.
I will say Dashy, though, he managed to find himself a 7 spree, so he started to heat up now. I mean, it's just that thing for some of these players. They don't want to lose.
Exactly, but I will say, Hardpoint, we saw great stuff from OpTic in the first bit. Search and Destroy, great stuff in the first 4, 5, 6 rounds. It was how Guerrilla answered. How the Los Angeles Guerrillas comes back from this one, we'll have to wait and see, as now, reaching, clearing, his slasher up top trophy system will deny both projectiles. Not that one, though.
It got through, but it didn't do any damage, which was very fortunate. Spark now in his debut series here in the COD League. Lovely kill there on the Quavo. Not much more on this push. The smoke's going to come through. Allow his teammates to make it work out, but Cap nades the smoke, knowing full well that maybe a push is happening, and it pays off for him. A nice gamble. Finds those kills, and now he cleans out the top. J-Cap, brilliant work from him. 14 and 12. TJ cut down by that beautiful M4 of Aqua. Slash's 5 spree rolling out still. Dashy somehow finding the kills there with the M4. Give him anything, he'll get it done. He may be running the MP5 off of spawn, but anything you give him, he'll put to good work. And once again, still a solid hold for OGLA.
And that's the thing with Dashy now, having an MP5, he can play even faster. We know he's an aggressive player and he can put some kind of superstar plays on, but with the MP5, he can get kind of crazy speeds going. Maybe match, of course, the likes of TJ, Cap, seeing if it can all gel together. Now, the first minute and a half is coming up, and for the first 90 seconds, OpTic have once again dominated 78 to 120 now. OpTic Gaming starting to really take this to the next level. 40-point lead, and again with this, you in a pretty good position. Aqua is going to find himself going down to TJ. TJ finds himself in hot water. Everyone would jump on, dropping like flies. Kenny's next to go, and we are going to see the Guerrillas get inside of that warehouse. Now, can they take that B flag? Answer, we'll find out in about a couple of seconds. No one there to stop it, I believe. B, so close. Vivid's going to jump on, and he needs to get it, because that time is ticking away. They are down, but they are not out as TJ and Cap break on through. B still neutralized. Nobody getting points from that. And Decimate will continue the trend.
And that push onto B was longer than the Irishman. That just never ended. It just kept going. Now Slasher up top, back in his very happy place. Going to keep ringing out that M4, having a good old time up there. Quavo picking in the pieces. B is still neutral at this point in time, so no points, but that is a good thing for OpTic LA. They will get the time now as Quavo's starting to heat things up, starting to push on forward. Nice look again for OpTic here in the domination, exactly what they needed. Push it again now, further. Keep these kills going. The Guerrillas, they're on the back foot, and they have been all map long, and this is looking like a trip cap. All that OpTic need to do now is not allow anyone to make their way in towards A or B, and it's going to be done, so don't worry about that, but I like it. It's confidence, it's ambition, it's what you want to be seeing out of a squad with a name like OpTic.
Yeah, it's beautiful stuff so far, and again, everyone really starting to step it up. Quick check on the stats. You can read them in the top right there, 23 and 13 for Slasher, positive 10, but it's TJ, Dashy, everyone lighting things up. Cap as well, 20 and 16. Kenny's positive by 2. Make it 3 as Kenny shuts down Spar. OpTic, they're outslayed by a large margin, and that is showing in the scoreline. 55 points and counting. It's getting to that time, Miles, where OpTic, they can walk away with this. They can run away with it as Slasher rotating around. I'd like to see Slash's actual kind of KD across the respawns over the series, because he's been slaying.
He's been slaying TJ, slaying through mid-map. So we continue to see the pressure from OpTic, not letting the Guerrillas get anywhere near that B flag, and I think it may well be over. We'll let you do the maths back at home. I won't be touching that. But all I know is I want my $1 million.
It's over, Miles.
It's over.
It's over, but we can still enjoy.
I am enjoying
an
this.
OpTic Gaming winning, because it's been a rarity, I will say.
It's been a while, mate. I must admit, it's exciting though. But the Guerrillas now, we go into a hard point after this. There's a minute left. Sorry, we'll build up the match afterwards. But in this minute, we are going to be seeing these players do the very best job they can to increase those KDs in domination. They're all chasing, I believe, Octane at the 1.55. That's big.
Octane is a force to be reckoned with. But then again, you kind of get flashbacks over the last 12, 18 months. The likes of Slasher, Dashy, those are the kind of players that have those incredible KDs. And again, we touched on what magic OpTic Gaming really need to have to kind of pull this series around. It was a domination like this. It was a, no pun intended, but a dominant performance. These guys needed to come out, make a statement, and take this momentum into map number 4. You see Guerrillas just trying to get some points back. They actually find themselves 2 flags at this point, but with 20 seconds left, it ain't possible. And again, we reflect on those scoreboards here. 28 and 17 at a plus 11 for Slasher. TJ with 54 interactions, absolutely insane. And then you've got, of course, Kenny, 25 and 22, matching JCap to the point. 7 caps, I believe, for Kenny. And an OpTic Gaming victory here in the series. What you want to see for the home crowd, if you're an OpTic fan, of course, the Guerrilla fans are here as well. The Battle of LA will continue.
Now it's official. That's a big win for OpTic. That's confidence. That's got to be something for them now to turn this around. That's a big win. Actually, the first win for OpTic Gaming Guerrillas there, 1-4 each. So there we go. Brilliant scenes there for OpTic. Here come the stats from that last map. And again, it wasn't the best look for anyone on the Guerrillas, and it's difficult. Domination is such a hard map, such a hard game mode to play with a new squad. Really 3 players coming in off the bench, 3 subs making their way onto the team. Not an easy thing to do, but they gave it their best.
Yeah, it certainly is. I think 132 kills there coming through for OpTic LA. Incredible stuff.
Incredible stuff indeed. Speaking of incredible stuff, our scuff play of the game, it has to go to Slasher with an absolute rip snapper up top.
Straight onto the top. Threw a Semtex on him. I think he didn't even think he'd killed him himself, just making sure, but it was double kill after double kill. This man putting numbers on the board from the get-go. And as well, he's not rocking Dead Silence, he's rocking the trophy system, helping out his team. Mr. Do It All, it's Austin, it is Slasher, and he just continued to run through the Guerrillas. It is his OpTic. Whether that's a proud thing right now, I'm not sure, but it is certainly his OpTic.
Well, it is his OpTic now, and so far 2-1 in the series has got a lot of climbing to do here, though. But again, the pressure on the shoulders of these players is insurmountable. For some, it's a lot greater than others. That player is Dashy.
Playing on OpTic, you have way more people that watch you, more eyes on you, so you kind of have to perform a little bit more. You don't have those, I guess, off matches that some people have, just because, you know, you might get it from the fans or something. You might get tweeted like, yo, you're not like performing and stuff like that. So you might be pressure in that sense, but I kind of just toned that out. Kind of got a little bit used to it after, because I've been on the team for a year now, so I've gotten pretty good with it, but I guess you could say there's a little bit of pressure.
And there he is, the man ourselves, the feature player of the match, our Game Fuel feature player. We do love him. Dashy, Bruce. Can we get a Bruce, LA? Bruce. Love that.
Love it.
First time my wife saw the stream, she was like, why are they booing that guy? Everyone seems to love him. I'm like, honey, you don't understand. You don't understand. Bruce has got a lot of work to do, though, as we roll into another Hardpoint. The map 4 of this series. And again, for OpTic, a must-win. We still have the Guerrillas on match point. Again, the newcomers, man. It's exciting to see. The system works. You find these players in the challenger teams. You find these players in search and destroy super squads. Next thing you know, you're on the main stage going up against OpTic Gaming. Can they complete this? Can they tie the series up, or can OpTic get that reverse sweep? They have a mountain to climb.
Yeah, and again, a lot of amateurs wanting their shot. We see OpTic Gaming right now. If they don't pick up a win, like, what happens? What changes? You got teams like Singularity, obviously the other FaZe team, winning at home in Atlanta, and Team War. There's loads down there wanting that one chance just to get on that main stage. And when you get it as an amateur, you have to take advantage of it. Vivid, Spar, and Blast, of course, amongst those names. Going back onto the pro scene, of course, having not a starting lineup. And it was interesting at the very start of this year, Miles, we talked about the substitutes and, when will they be used? Will they just kind of come on here and there, or will the lineups completely change? And we've already, after just 4 weeks, seen a lot.
Yeah, I think we may see more. I'm interested to see how we go, possibly swapping players out mid-series, bringing the search and destroy kits to do the best thing they can there, bring out the respawn players on the Dom maps. And who knows, man, there's a long way to go before the end of this season. And here we go. OpTic Gaming versus the Guerrillas. The Guerrillas lead 2-1 as we roll into map number 4. TJ Halley working wonders in the first. Can he keep doing it now as we roll straight into Gunrunner? In the mid-map, it is going to be Vivids as he opens up nice kills. Decimate finds one, Spark finds his own, but Kenny, he's got the push towards the other side. And it looks like OpTic turn and burn as he finds another. No time just yet, but the spawns that right-hand side of the map where the next hardpoint's going to be spawning in the hands of OpTic.
Yeah, it was Vivid and Blast, I believe they pushed down Cole, and OpTic Gaming just spawned in the train tracks, and this is where, again, that's perfect for OpTic Gaming. You know, this is where they can just kind of hold it, not really give up too much time, rotate round to that warehouse. You see Blast on the top side of your minimap trying to change that himself, but on your screen it's going to be Cat finding another 12 points. Sorry, 12 bullets, not 12 points, half of that. 6 here, as we do see OpTic retain these train tracks.
JCap takes a lot of flack from players for not being one of the more dominant players in the league. I mean, if anything, he's been called, you know, a slow player. He doesn't necessarily put up big numbers, but Cap's been playing fine today. And that's saying a lot. If that squad's really coming together, to find Cap putting up numbers, to find Cap making big plays, exciting stuff. We'll go down there to Vivid, but still, the spawn's in the favor of OpTic. Watch that right-hand side of the screen. In 2, 1... hello, new hardpoint, straight into OpTic Gaming's hands. A solid-looking push now, though. A 5-man break right on through the front of the train carts. Out of bathroom, they've washed their hands, they're sanitized, and now they're putting their hands round the necks of OpTic. Nice 5 spree from Decimate, as we will see the contest. Is there any more here? They've got to make these break cleans. They've got to flip OpTic out as fast as they can. The Guerrillas still making this play work.
Yeah, and again, at this point, when they push past, of course, those train tracks, you know, you're spawning right past bathroom, the opposition spawning train tracks. It's pretty much even playing field with 30 seconds still to play for. You want to be pushing this, you want to be aggressive, but at what time do OpTic just go, we're rotating through Cole, we're going to the next hard point? It might be right now as they do dominate, they do get the points back, but Guerrillas still charging here. 20 seconds left. Spark's going to contest, find himself a kill. That is all he's going to find. We are going to see Guerrillas have that first rotation towards Cole, and again, the minecarts is where it's going to go down next. Aqua just watching out for any OpTic Gaming players pushing them back here. A strong start from Decimate, double digits already. Blast only 1 kill, only 1 second. He's looking to find a couple more kills shortly, I'm sure.
Yep, here we go. Top left-hand side of the screen, the new hardpoint. Blast lined up. The contest is great, though. I mean, if you can contest and not let them get time, not a problem. OpTic with a very slight lead still. Again, the slow and steady push now. These players from OpTic are cut down by the hail of gunfire from the Guerrillas. Quavo gave him a moment there to get it done. Decimate cleans him up as Blast is now the next line of defense. No one on the hard point just yet. Reinforcements making their way in as fast as they possibly can. And Blast, oh boy, Cat gives him the left-right goodnight. As Aqua keeps the play going. Solid work again with the M4. Shots on the right, shots on the left. Now falls directly on top of Spark, who will hold the line for the time being. And now we see a change in the lead. The Guerrillas starting to heat up.
Yeah, and Aqua is really the shining star in the first half point, and he's looking to be that once more. Rocking that M4, he is a player which can go toe-to-toe with the best in the world here. Decimate is going to find one. Soak up some more time. There's only 5 seconds left, but Guerrillas, they've taken all that time. We do see Dead Silence available now for Decimate and Vivid on the flip side. Kenny's got it as well. Heading over to the crates. A rock is a pinnacle part here as we see Spark find one. Decimate helps him out with the second. And over now by the cargo containers, we're seeing OpTic Gaming take charge.
Yeah, we saw OpTic Gaming take charge previously, and their hard points, once they get a bit of a lead, they cannot let that go. Give the Guerrillas anything and they'll take it. Slasher now charging forward, the M4 in hand. Nice bit of a slip slide, but Spark's MP5 up close just gets the job done a little bit more effectively, and now TJ has to spawn on the far left-hand side of the map. They have let Decimate, though, remain in that position. He's still sitting far left-hand side of the map. That is a very sneaky play that is going to bite OpTic LA in just a moment. They did not manage to catch him, and that's the spawn flip. Left-hand side of the map. Here come the Guerrillas. You may have a bit of hardpoint time for now, but you've just lost spawns for the next one.
Well done, Decimate. Flanks round, gets the spawns, and this is where OpTic are looking at each other and go, how did that happen? Who slipped through? It was Decimate who found himself on the better side as the last second ticks away. It is a pretty close game so far. Blast, again, still slow game for him, but Decimate not only flipping spawns, he's dropping a 1.7. And with 9 seconds as well, Decimate doing such fantastic work. Vivid taken down, and now OpTic Gaming pushed through the back, Flood through the front, and OpTic Gaming now, they're going to be the ones taking charge of the warehouse. It doesn't matter if you flip the spawns if you can break it like that.
What a break. Clean break. And now the push from the Guerrillas right through the front, right through minecart. TJ finds his 5th in a row at 19 and 10. The smokes are up. But again, TJ's MP5 in a prime location. Oh, okay. Decimate does just that. Slasher holding down the left lane. The shots come through. The crossfire is going to kill him, but Dashy immediately picking up the 2-piece. 20 seconds remain. OpTic have come alive. That's the 3rd for Dashy. We like it. But the rotation goes down now, and mid-map will be where the next battle takes place.
That's perfect for OpTic Gaming. It could have gone from bad to worse, but Dashy find himself a nice triple there. He's very flashy sometimes and will make those plays here. But again, as we rotate round, It's going to be an interesting one to see how and who gets control of these train tracks. It's interesting. This is where we see the rotation go down, and no one's really actually on the hard point. They're fighting for the train tracks. They're fighting for the spawns, and of course, we've seen how crucial they can be. Hipfire comes through from TJ. We know the MP5, what it can do. We are seeing OpTic Gaming soak up this time because, again, if you're not getting the spawns, at least jump on the hard point, get that time, and that's exactly what he was trying to do before getting taken out. But 35 seconds remain. OpTic Gaming in the lead. They lead by 35 themselves. Dashy with another triple. Incredible stuff so far from Dashy. I mean, overall, the man's going off. 18 and 13. TJ, though, he's positive 10 and 24 now. And 13 as he finds another.
His kills are great, but it wasn't enough for Dashy to break the spawns. Again, have to push that right-hand side of the map. Slasher knows what's up, trying to make his way over the top. Still teammates making their way through mid. We are going to be seeing the Guerrillas get a little bit of time, just get there on point, try and do what they can, but it's going to be an absolute fortress to break. You see those purple players lining up there on the X-ray, and Slasher's going to be trying to lead the charge. Here we go, right through the front door. Gonna make something work out.
Slasher's playing Floor's Lava at the moment as he jumps through. It finally goes down, and we are going to see that strong setup, like you pointed out, Miles. The Guerrillas and what they have. This is where they control the train tracks. They can get in those sneaky corners and make those easier kills. But OpTic Gaming, a team which we've already seen break through hard points, now looking to come through the top. No, going through the back.
They've got the back door.
Sneaky, sneaky.
They've smashed it wide open. Blast repositions, gets cut down immediately. OpTic once again on the break. They've been solid, but it's not quite enough as Decimate finds 3. That's his 4th kill there at the point.
Oh my God!
An absolute rampage from Decimate right now as he's just stopped. It was 6 in the feed. However, OpTic at the next 10 seconds.
And your scuff play of the game is Decimate. 127 to 160. He's down, but he's not out right now. Decimate is destroying. Can he continue, though? That's the question. Vivid, he's not having the best of games. We need to see a little bit more from Blast as well. Can they change it? Yes, they can. But will they? Are OpTic Gaming going to let it slip again? They choked their hard point. They're back in the domination. Now it's all going down on Gunrunner. Decimate on your screen. He seems to have the snapper.
He's got good teammates as well, and that really helps. Towards minecart we go. Is that play enough to give the momentum into the hands of the Guerrillas? OpTic spawning close on the far left-hand side of the map. That's where they want to be. The push through minecart's now developing for the Guerrillas. OpTic up first. Blast is going to get the kill. Decimate finds one in the back. Now the trophy systems go down. You don't have to worry about things being thrown at you. You can focus on those gunfights. But Quavo, he and Dashy find the opening, and OpTic have flipped it just like that. They've managed to take control of the hard point for now. They've got to keep the kills coming, and this is a great look for OpTic. 10 seconds remain.
It's just Quavo and Dashy. Just Kenny and Dashy doing their thing right there. 7 kills, I think, between them in a very short space of time. I was about to explain how that's perfect for Guerrillas to hold that, keep them spawning back green and be able to rotate. But just like that, OpTic Gaming flood out, and now they can start to push with the better spawns for next. Are we going to see them push through the cargo container? Slasher finds 2. JCap getting in the mix, but Vivid not going down without a fight. 3 for him.
They're going to hold the line. They're going to get the time here. But to be completely honest, OpTic can just do what they can to poke holes in the defense, find kills, get a bit of time, but they cannot relinquish control of the left-hand side of the map. That is still the most important thing for OpTic right now. They cannot win this hard point here. They can deal a lot of damage and they can get very, very close, but the finish line is not yet in sight for OpTic LA.
One thing I want to see as well OpTic Gaming do is not let Decimate sneak through and flip those spawns. Yes, they broke it last time. It ain't going to be that easy this time. You see Slasher trying to lock things down. He's saying, nuh-uh, not through Cole. Dashy still on the point. Dashy still on point, both in the map and with his gun as well. Nades are plenty. 2 fall as well. OpTic Gaming starting to run away with this. No one from the Guerrillas looking to flip spawns. This is where it should, I repeat, this is where it should end for OpTic Gaming.
This is the last chance you've got for the Guerrillas on this map. They're going to have to charge forward. They have to break through TJ. That's the first step done. Now they got to break in through boxes. OpTic, guns up. This is the Alamo. Last chance they've got here. Slasher gets taken in from behind. The Guerrillas are in, but the spawns are still close for OpTic. Got to watch out number 4. Aqua through the smoke. Big tags. Dashy, though. We've screamed his name all map long. What's he got left in the tank? One more break through the front. And again, this is what you need to be doing for OpTic. You can close it out here, but you have to break it. TJ through the doggy door, slips through, undetected until Vivid cuts him down. The pressure still on the front door. OpTic not able to do it. This has been a good hold from the Guerrillas. It's not over yet.
And again, it's a good hold, but it was just a beautiful break. The way they pushed, they pressured, and they pinched OpTic Gaming. However, they can still win it here. They're in. It's OpTic Gaming. It's green. fine. It's all good, and with 2 points is all they need. They've snuck in, they've stolen away, and they've pushed it to a game number 5. I was feeling maybe a rotation back to middle, but OpTic Gaming knew they only needed a couple more points. It wasn't as easy as it was made out to be. The Guerrillas did push them back, and again, beautiful, beautiful game. The Battle of LA continues.
Going the distance. And that's the kind of map OpTic really need to be playing. Area stats, and my eye immediately to the top of the board there, Decimate. 36 and 29, 40 seconds on the hard point. That's not the important play though. I wish we had a stat for the guy who rotates and gets spawns early. That's the sort of, that is the intangible magic. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Here are Dashy's hardpoint stats. Just as we look at the respawns overall, as our Game Fuel featured player, he is absolutely running the show so far at 34 and 25. I mean, Phil, what more can we say about Dashy?
Again, not only the Slaying's power, but he had the objective there. He had, I believe, 1 minute 45. So far, so good for Dashy. Overall, it's been a beautiful game. We're going to a game 5. The Battle of LA will continue. OpTic Gaming versus Los Angeles Guerrillas.
Tournament audio and team chat listenings are brought to you by Astro Gaming, the official headset and mixam of the Call of Duty League. Join the Astro family and pre-order the CDL A40TR headset and Pro Team speaker tags today at astrogaming.com. The US Army. What's your warrior?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Battle of Los Angeles. This is it. This is the climax of this series. OpTic versus the Guerrillas. It is now the final map. The reverse sweep is in the making for OpTic, and this is where they can close it out for the Guerrillas. And for those young players on stage making their debut here in the COD League, what a series to start their careers off with.
Yeah, you saw up to game 2, I believe it was Spark standing up, showing the choke symbol for that search and destroy. You might be getting one back after this as we go to a game 5 search and destroy. I believe it's going to be on Arklov Peak. And again, we saw recently the changes, obviously from 2 minutes to 90 seconds. It makes things a little bit more interesting, a little bit more aggressive. And I'm excited to see, again, who comes out on top in this one. Now, this was a map mode that a couple of players and teams have obviously played. Arklov Peak played by the Guerrillas twice, won twice. Obviously different roster. OGLA played 3 times, only won it once. We saw the first bloods heavily favored Guerrillas. Of course, in map number 2. Miles, Arklov, you feeling a sniper? I certainly am.
A sniper or 2, I think we will. The Guerrillas, they ran snipes previously, and Lacefield was the sniper typically for that squad. And I know Blast can hit shots, Decimate's not a bad sniper either. But this is what we want to be seeing, friends. This is it, Game 5. The accolades, the pressure on the players of the OpTic Gaming LA squad, a team that everybody thought would be one of the greatest coming into the COD League, have done nothing but disappoint so far. This could be the moment where we look back and say it all changed today.
It's actually going to be Blast sniping for the Guerrillas here. Aqua's going to take down Cap. That's going to be another First Blood. I say another because it was dominated by First Bloods by Guerrillas in the second map, and Dashy trying to answer back with his sniper himself. That 90 seconds now down to just 60 is certainly an A push here for the hoods up Guerrillas.
Oh, there it is, that tiny flash. Blast, though, he puts his rifle away, so he's not going to be moving forward with that scope out. Oh, lovely angle to have, but not able to quite get the shot. Vivid is so far out. Dead Silence at the ready, she won it, but he's managed to just get on the bomb site. He's done it. He's going to get the plant through. Slasher may find the opening kill. He's repositioning himself, so as soon as he's going to finish with that bomb, he's going to be in a position to take the shots on the player hitting that right-hand side.
Yeah, Slasher just popped Dead Silence as well. Finds 2, pops Dead Silence. Now pushing forward. Sniper, uh-oh. Cheeky little flash there at the bottom of the trench. Now, with the bomb being where it is, very difficult to defuse, but it's all down to Spark and Decimate. Coming around the corner, Slasher will go down. TJ trades. Spark finds Kenny. It's a 1v2, a technical 1v3 for the new kid. And this is where you expect TJ and Dashy to really dig that grave and put Spark in it.
Not a bad round for either team.
It was a good opener again, Guerrillas, but I said this time and time again in map 2, and I'm saying right now as we have a few seconds, Guerrillas keep getting the First Blood, Miles, and they keep losing those rounds. You've got to take advantage of those numbers. You're not always going to get the First Blood, so when you do, you've really got to put that pressure on. OpTic right now, credit to them, they're winning rounds when losing a man.
Comes down to those big plays from Slasher, that nice 2-piece there onto the bomb. The Dead Silence right through mid didn't work out. We saw Dashy find a snipe. Yeah. Over towards Blast, cut him out for the time being, but we go back into it. Dashy and Blast, the rematch, here it comes. Over towards that long line of sight by A. It is going to be Blast, yep, on the other side of that long trench with the AX-50 as well. Quick reposition as OpTic have managed to overtake the bomb site entirely. The defensive line from the Guerrillas now pulling forward, but Quavo has repositioned now in a nice spot. He may be able to catch these players out on the transition.
Yeah, Quavo is in quite I'd say an obvious spot, but it's still a very good spot. He's got to find one poke, find the second. Vivid answers back beautifully there. Blast up top with the sniper. Cap takes out Blast, and Cap takes out Decimate. A double kill for the man. Oh my goodness. Vivid actually just gets away with his life there, but he's rewarded with a double kill onto TJ, and now it is a 2v2. The new kids versus 2 players with so much experience. It's kind of crazy. It's Slasher, it's Dashy. Slasher opens up the account, and they know where Vivid is, but Vivid takes the one-on-one versus Dashy, has an AR in the back pocket. It's a one-on-one.
I like it, but Slasher has activated Dead Silence up from up top. Over he goes, Slasher. And the Guerrillas' woes continue 2-0.
Slash is the type of player you want in a 1v1 as well. Just the knowledge that he has, the knowledge that he brings to this OpTic roster. But of course, that expertise as well. Now, OpTic Gaming, quick reminder, they were 5-2 up in the Search and Destroy in map number 2. Right now, they're 2-0 up. This is kind of exactly how that second one went. Don't rule out the Guerrillas just yet.
That's the thing. The Guerrillas made the comeback in the first search. It ain't over until it's over. Blast puts the sniper away. Dashy does not. Still watching towards that A site with that sniper. Blast has had enough of this. He's not winning the long game. He's going in as fast and as hard as he possibly can. Dashy's got to slow him down with that concussion over the top. And Spark manages to find First Blood on the Slasher. You eliminate that AR. You buy yourself a bit of space here. Vivid. Breaking and entering into the home there. He's going to get the bomb down quickly. Decimate trying to clean up the back. Not able to do it as J-Cat gets one there with the M4. Blast now shuts the doors, prepares for the push.
Bomb is down. 40 seconds on the clock. Blast up top, into the bedroom. Oh, wow. Cap jumps around. That's an M4 as well. Cap's been playing fantastic. You saw him pick up the double in the last, and now another still alive and kicking, sliding down. Won't be rewarded with a kill, but Dashy will be. And now the numbers, it favors the Guerrillas. Kenny's making noise here, barging through those double doors. And Guerrillas, they're playing this so smart. They may be able to challenge at the right time. I think Vivid just poked and peeked there, but with the Dead Silence, he's not going to make a sound. Diffuse will not be coming in from Kenny. and Guerrillas get the first round on the board.
Oof. Lightning fast adaptation from the Guerrillas. Stay away from A, bring the MP5s right in towards the house towards B. Worked out for them. OpTic would, you know, it's not like they couldn't respond to it, but they just responded a little slow.
Yeah.
It was just a little slow, and it allowed for the Guerrillas to get in there fast, get those kills. Late round heroics there from JCap, not quite enough to get it done, but we go again.
And what I'm seeing is a trend in Vivid. I've seen him play probably about 12 minutes of Search and Destroy. Of course, on Gunrunner, he drops those incredible numbers. He's already got 7 to his name. He's got more than his whole team combined and more. Vivid definitely one to watch. And again, a player which I'm sure a lot of you guys don't know about, but you will soon.
Big shots.
Not in this round.
Not in this round. I was going to say, what a debut! And he gets riddled by Dashy. Right, here we go. It's a B hit now from OpTic as they're making their way forward, but Decimate lined up. It's going to be a breach from the upstairs. They've opted for the windows. Blast is going to be taken down. That's it. The jig's up. Watch that staircase now. But Decimate, he knows, though, he has to watch the wind to his left. He's got to watch the staircase to his right. That's one. The second can't get it done. Quavo too hot on the trigger as Aqua now watches the outside of the map.
Quavo finds another as well. Kenny going off. Bomb's going down. The bomb will be dropped. Quick stun from Aqua. He jumps back in. The re-challenge doesn't go his way. And OpTic find a third round. This is starting to go a little quick here, and you're starting to see Guerrillas lose their grip on this game. It was looking so strong after map 1, after map 2. But as time ticked on, Miles, you asked me before the domination what OpTic needed. They needed something magical to get back into this. And so far, so good for these guys. Blast, not a kill to his name yet. We'll have to monitor that one closely. But round number 5 here as we had another 90 seconds. OpTic on the defense.
OpTic with a 5 M4 push. All assault rifles all day for them right now, as they are going to be making their way 4-man towards A. There's a lone defender towards B, with Quavo looking towards center. Slow now approach from the Guerrillas as they creep in towards the middle of the map. What have the youngsters got? What do they have now as OpTic are just managing to build that confidence, extending over through mid. They're trying to encircle them.
Kenny's a really key player. You see exactly what he can see here, the full cross, and judging by the minimap, that's exactly what Guerrillas are doing. The cross has been made. I think Kenny's made his teammates aware, but on the flank, Spot and Dashy are having a bit of a battle back here. Gunfight going down in the house. Down low, Vivid with the dead silence. He's trying to find his first. He's already got 7, making 8, making 9, Vivid! Oh my Vivid! Welcome to the CDL!
3 kills and now an immediate plant. There's 30 seconds left on this one, and Dashy, he has a tough order now. I think he may throw himself. Now, there we go. Bruce finds one. We're going to see these players now try to encircle upon him. He has 35 seconds remaining now to make something happen. Here we go.
Dashy, such an impossible job there. Guerrillas, and again, Vivid. Vivid, I need to find your Twitter. I need to follow you. I need to, you know, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. You've won me over. And the series ain't even over yet. Beautiful stuff here. Guerrillas certainly not out of it. And again, we're getting that kind of feeling, Miles, where OpTic Gaming, they start strong and it starts to slip away. But we're only in round number 6 here. Blast, give me something. Is he rocking the sniper still? That's the question that I'm asking myself.
He put it away about 2 rounds ago. And now he's going in between his M4 and his MP5 again. Nice flex. Very, very comfy with pretty much all the weapons we're seeing on the board. But Vivid. Oh, Vivid. What a round that was. Trophies are up. Dashy's still with that snipe. No one's really going to be poking in the same ways. You know that Dashy's got that rifle out, and you know that it's going away and it's coming back. And I think that the read from the Guerrillas there is to not be too ambitious on the push.
Right.
On their defense, but we're watching a 4-man rotate now through the back of A. We saw them do this before. Quavo, big shots, great cover.
Yeah, beautiful cover and fire. It is that kind of duo, that push up. You've got to have your teammates back. Brothers in arms, down in the trenches, smokes are going out. TJ and Aqua. Aqua finds 2, one with a concussion. Dashy answers back onto Aqua, and now it's a 3v3, a nail-biter of a round. OpTic Gaming still in the lead here as the early start gives them those 3 rounds. 40 seconds left on the clock, plenty of time to play with as JCap unlocks the door. Uh-oh.
It's not nice out there. He does have a bit of help now. Slasher, push through mid. Guerrillas not moving whatsoever. The only player they've got going for a play here is Spark. Slasher's going to find Decimate on the flank. That's nice. JCap boots the door down right in a spot from behind. Spot finds two, makes it a 1v2. Slasher now in a world of hurt. Up from up top, there it is.
Spot again.
What a round!
Welcome to the CDL. Spot finds 3 this round. Let's hope it's Blast for next one because he needs a kill. But right now it doesn't matter whether you've got 0 or 10. The round count is what really we're looking at here, and it's 3-3. It's all tied up. It's a beautiful play from Spot down low, though. He rotates up, whacks out that pistol, and puts OpTic Gaming in the ground. 3-3. Ooh, this is getting a little tense, Miles. There's silence available there for Aqua Vivid, and I believe Decimate.
Don't sleep on those pistols. We see a lot of players running the combat knife for that slight addition of speed when moving, but the hip fire from those pistols is so good. Dashy still trying to make something happen with a snipe as he's going to relinquish that position towards A for the time being, allow his teammates to reposition forward. 2 of them watching towards B, and the Guerrillas are really trying to feel them out now. They've gone from hyper-aggressive to slowing things down to a snail's pace. Slasher finds the first there with a nice grenade on a blast off screen. And again, there's this air of uncertainty right now for OpTic. They don't have a clue where the Guerrillas are going to be coming from, but that's it. The Dead Silence plays have been activated. At least 2 of them now for the Guerrillas as they charge forward. Quietly, but not quite enough. Dashy finds the first, and Decimate now trying to just answer back, and it's going to be 2 dead now for the Guerrillas.
Yeah, Dashy, that sniper, always a game changer. Slash's location has been revealed. Decimate trying to pick apart OpTic Gaming. And I tell you what, the only thing's getting picked apart is the Guerrillas. As a very convincing round for OpTic Gaming. For the fans here in LA and for the fans watching at home, that's the type of round you want to see from OpTic. Dashy with the sniper, Slasher with the dominant assault rifle.
Everything falls into place there. That was a hopeless situation for the Guerrillas. They had nothing whatsoever. Breaks the tie, now we have 4-3. OpTic with a nice bit of position to work with. 0-6 still for Blast. Once he wakes up, though, this match opens up. But he's got to do something sooner rather than later, because one more round to OpTic is match point. So here we go. A hit for OpTic. They're all in. 5-man push. Dashy still running the snipe. It's going to be providing overwatch from the rear as the remainder of the squad charge on through that smoke.
And again, this is a big advantage for OpTic Gaming. Primarily being the fact they've got 4 dead silence and a trophy to play with here going into this one. I think it was 1 dead silence on the side of LA Guerrillas. And here's JCap pushing forward. It almost seems like too easy, too good to be true as he looks around. He's like, where is everybody? Well, his teammate's down, that being Kenny, but the bomb is also down. TJ shuts down Blast, and now, as the time ticks away, TJ finds a second, will be shut down by Vivid. Number 11 for him. Slasher and OpTic, they're in the perfect position to end this round. So good, so fast, and again, what can OpTic Gaming do wrong at this point? And it's only this man that seems to answer back. It's Vivid with 1, Vivid with 2. Last alive, dead silence. He's kill number 14 potentially, but it's Dashy.
All Dashy has is a pistol and the snipe. He's got to make something special happen. Here we go, Vivid's going in. Vivid versus Dashy. Dashy can't get it done, but the bomb will detonate. OpTic keep the train rolling. 5-3.
Again, very impressed by Vivid. Not necessarily for the final kill. Dashy was just kind of almost toying with him, playing with him because he couldn't get the defuse. He was, winding down that clock, but it's just kill after kill for this man. Vivid is something else. Search and Destroy has been so strong. But ladies and gentlemen, potentially the last round. Are OpTic Gaming LA going to get the first points on the board in round number 9 as we jump on board with Kenny? Let's see what he's got. Blast did get a kill.
Snipe still for Dashy, finds 1. What a way to open up what could be the final round of this search.
And that's Vivid out the question. It's a key player on key player, Dashy. Oh, he's treating the fans right now.
What else does Dashy have? And this is why he's our Game Fuel player to watch. This is why we talk about Dashy. This is why, that magic. Not willing to let this series go quietly. And once again, all right through the legs of Aqua there. Dashy still holding that line down. Slowly peeks, Quavo finds the kill into Aqua, and now it's a 2v5. 1v5 as Decimate. It all falls down to him with 20 seconds on the clock.
Pistol Pete, it's Dashy. The key player we highlighted at the very start of the series is the very player that ends this series in great fashion. It's a tough one to swallow for the new kids on Guerrillas, but a strong showing from both LA teams. The first point on the board for OpTic Gaming. Can they keep going? Can they just get some momentum? As a lot of people have talked about, this is their last chance. A Game 5 victory is not what they wanted. It's not what they needed, but they'll take anything at this point, Miles.
They'll definitely take it. And I think there is a insurmountable sigh of relief there for OpTic Gaming. For the players on that roster, the knowledge that they can make this work. The knowledge that it is not hopeless. But can they keep it going is the real question. Here's the stats, friends, from that last map. And wow, Vivid, man. It may have been 6-3, but what a performance from him. He had an incredible 3-kill round. Spart had the same thing.
I think he dropped 14 on game 2 as well. It's incredible. Again, one to watch out for in the Search and Destroy. I kind of have to go straight to OpTic Gaming, though. Slasher 9, Dashy 9, lowest being 6, I think. Overall, it was a strong showing from everyone. Everyone played their part. Of course, Dashy is that superstar, the sniper. You love to see that. But Domination, very, very convincing. That second Hardpoint as well. It was closer than I'm sure they'd like to, but the Search and Destroy was closed out, and a reverse sweep went down.
Well, there we go. Over to the main stage it is. Who's Lottie, who's got Slasher.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. This is your instant reaction presented by PlayStation. And what a reaction I'm about to get from Slasher. You must be so proud of yourself and your team. You've had such a difficult road so far this season, but we finally got that dub on the board. How are we feeling, man?
I'm feeling pretty good. You know, to start the tournament down 0-2, I was like, oh no, here we go. Like, so many thoughts were going through my head. I'm just proud of the guys for, you know, staying in the series, taking it map by map, and finally getting a dub.
Absolutely. I'm very proud of all of you guys. You know, we've been talking about you on the desk a lot, and we've had high hopes for you, and I'm sure you actually had high hopes for yourself as well, because you guys know what you're capable of, and we needed to see some changes come through here. Now, talk to me about what you've been working on and how you've managed to get here with this win. I noticed there's been a couple of role changes. You've gone for the AR, got Dashy with the sub. Talk to me about what you've been working on.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing for us right now is I switched back to the AR role, which is more methodical, and we let Brandon just kind of run around the map with the sub. And the big thing we've been working on is just teamwork, like just trying to work together on the map and make sure we're doing the right things that we practice every day.
Amazing stuff. Now, talk to me about what your sights are for the rest of this season now. Couple of changes. Are you happy with how your team is performing? I did feel like it was a difficult series for you guys so far. First W, but a difficult one at that. So what have you got set up for us now?
Yeah, I'm not happy at all with how we're performing. I mean, a win is a win. I'm happy about that, but I still think there's things we need to get better on. Hopefully we continue to improve match by match. I'm looking to win tournaments, so we got to get as good as Atlanta.
Amazing stuff. Well, you know what? Baby steps, but you did a phenomenal job. Thank you so much, Slasher. We got Dashy on the desk coming up next to talk through that last series with us. We'll see you guys after the break.